Today's episode is brought to you by thisdayintheNFL.com. Celebrating football's greatest moments, one day at a time. Listen to classic broadcasts, explore historic games, and keep the legacy of the NFL alive at thisdayintheNFL.com.
And Dave Green has it teed out at the 35. We're ready to get underway with the final football game of the 1977 regular season in the National Football League. The Tampa fans, about 65,000 ready to go. And here's the kick coming down the middle, sailing toward Metcalf. Takes it at the 7. Back to the 10, the 15, of the 20, 25, 30. Spins out to about the 35 on his feet. Cuts inside to the 40 and out to about the 43-yard line goes Terry Metcalf before he is finally dragged down. Coming down to make the stop for Tampa was Jarvis White, a regular defensive back, and it'll be at the Cardinal 43-yard line with a first down for the Cardinals as Jim Hart comes in to run the offense. Good run back by Terry Metcalf out to the 43.
Almost broke it, and Terry had all cylinders burning on that. Let's see what the Cardinals come out doing, on the ground or in the air.
They come out with Mel Gray wide to the left side, in the left slot. It is Ike Harris. The backs are offset to the right, give to Otis, comes into the middle, hit it to 43, and down he goes. He was banged down by Dave Pear, the defensive nose tackle. And he got a shot at him and stood him up right at the 43-yard line for no gain, trying to slant over the right side.
And Bob Young and Dave Pear have gone at each other right away here. That will be an interesting matchup because Pear is what they call here the Bear. He is some kind of football player playing that nose guard.
Cardinals out again, this time with Ike Harris wide to the left side. Wide to the right side goes Mel Gray. Back split. Metcalf and Otis run behind Jim Hart. Tight ends on the right, and that is J.V. Kane. Hart gives off to Metcalf, wants to sweep right, cuts back inside the 45, out to about the 47, coming back to his right, and cutting inside the offensive right end before he is finally dragged down. It was Leroy Selman who made the stop at the 47-yard line. So it brings up third down, and about 5 yards to go for the Cardinals. They have to go to about the 47.5 of Tampa Bay to pick up a first down. Hart has not put it in the air on the first two downs. Comes up with a third and long here. Ike Harris wide right, Mel Gray to the left side. Back shift over now as Otis shifts to the left and they split. J.B. Kane is tied on the left side. Hart back to throw on 3rd and 5. Sets and fires over to the right side there to Mel Gray at the 50. Cuts inside to the 44 of Terry Metcalf it is to the 40 and down to the 37. And a flag is thrown. And it may be called back on a clip apparently from Ike Harris. And that would nullify the first down.
Yeah, the clip occurred at about the 45 as Mel was breaking back inside. And that's going to cost the Cardinals as they had made the first down inside the Tampa Bay 40-yard line on a crossing pattern to Mel Gray, but that's going to be nullified as the flag was thrown as I believe it was J.V. Kane tried to make a block over there, or Ike Harris, you couldn't tell which, but they get the flag.
Clipping is the call. Moves it back to the Cardinal 40-yard line and brings up now third down and about 12.5 yards to go. So they had themselves a first down, but made a mistake. Third down and a little better than 12 to go from their own 40-yard line. It is breezy here in Tampa. The wind swirling down on the floor of the stadium. Wide to the left side comes Mel Gray. To the right side goes Ike Harris, back split. Tight end sets on the left. That is J.B. Kane as Hart looks over the 3-4. Takes the snap, goes back to throw, sets in the pocket, being rushed, steps out, fires up and into the middle, and it is intercepted. By the defensive secondary. And it was Mark Cutney, a defensive back, 6'205" from Cameron. And he picks it off at the 37-yard line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they get their hands on the ball.
Jim threw it too high, trying to come to Mel Gray. He was under pressure at the very end, delivered too high, and now the Bucs have it 1st and 10 outside their own 36.
They have John McKay starting as a wide receiver. He goes to the left side. Morris Owens comes to the right side. Gary Huff at quarterback. First down call from their own 37. Slips it out to the tailback, coming into the middle. Picks up about 3 to around the 40, maybe the 39-yard line. It was the tailback carrying right up the middle to about the 39-yard line. We have Ed Williams in the offensive backfield. He's running as the fullback. And Lewis Carter, who carried that time, knocked down just shy of the 40. It'll be second down. And a little bit better than 7 yards to go. Again, Owens is wide right, McKay wide to the left side. Tight end sets on the right side as Huff gives to the fullback. Williams comes across the middle, comes up across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Knocked down by the nose tackle, Charlie Davis, in the 3-4, and Tim Carney, one of the inside linebackers for the Cardinals, as they play the 3-4 here again this afternoon. It is third down and about 5 yards to go for Tampa.
The Bucs have scored only 9 touchdowns all year long, 3 by rushing, 2 by passing, and 4 by returns. 3 of those returns last week against New Orleans.
Morris Owens wide to the left side. Check it. It is Owens wide right. And coming up, Charlie Waddell is wide to the right side. They give off to the tailback, coming to the right side to the 40, 45, to the 47. Near a first down, but maybe slightly short. We'll have to see. They may measure. Coming up to force on the run was Carl Allen, the cornerback, with Eric Williams coming out to get in on the stop for the Cardinals. They'll mark it right at the point of the tackle and see if they did pick up the first down or not. It's very, very close, right around the Tampa Bay 47-yard line, as Lewis Carter took it from the tailback spot and swept to the right side. They mark it, and it is first down. Tampa Bay on their own 47-yard line.
Well, this crowd is certainly turned on, and they are looking for win number 2. They would really consider it quite an accomplishment to close out the season with 2 straight wins. They already have 1 in the column, and they want to make the Cardinals the other victim.
Gary Huff is the quarterback. He has Lewis Carter as the tailback running out of the eye, and Ed Williams the fullback. They go with the double tight end set. Morris Owens wide to the right side. Huff on the long count, first down call from his own 47, back to throw. Huff looking, a lot of time, fires up and into the middle, and that is broken up. Getting back into the play was Tim Carney, the linebacker at the Cardinal 35-yard line, and knocked it down. He was on a knee, or might have had a chance for the interception.
Yeah, it hit him right in the hands as he came back in that deep middle and cut in front of the receiver. The ball hit him right in the hands, and he couldn't hold on. Cardinals play the 3-4 sometimes differently than other teams. Those 2 outside linebackers almost are like ends, and the 2 inside men are dropped off about 3 or 4 yards.
Isaac Higgins is the wide receiver. He goes wide to the left side. Morris Owens is wide to the right side. Tight end sets on the right. Backs now split on 2nd and 10. Give to the fullback. Williams comes into the middle, hit it to 50, gets to the 47, 46-yard line of the Cardinals, finally drawn back. His forward progress will get him to about the 46-yard line as they ran the counter back to the left side. And Ed Williams, the fullback, picked up about 7 yards on the play to the Cardinal 46. It'll bring up third down and about 3 yards to go. Cardinals go back into their 3-4. So it'll be third down and 3 at the Cardinal 46-yard line. We're in the opening quarter, no score, 10:58 to go. Double tight end set here now for Tampa Bay. 3rd and 3, I formation behind Huff, wide man to the right side. Back to throw is Huff, quick slant over the middle, and it is complete. Quick look at the slant, the ball going to the Cardinal 35, and he's picked up the first down.
Well, the Cardinals on defense this year are 13th overall in the National Football Conference, 2nd from the last, 11th against the rush, 14th against the pass. They've given up 2,129 yards rushing coming in, only 73 yards away from the club record set back in 57 by the Chicago Cardinals.
Tampa Bay started the drive on their own 37 after the pass interception. They're now at the Cardinal 35, first down. Wide man to the right side, double tight end set, fake to the tailback, back to throw is up, loops it out to the right side, complete there to the tight end. Jack Novak, the tight end, drilled and down by Bill Bradley at the Cardinal 20-yard line, but it's a gain of 15 yards on the pass play and another first down for Tampa Bay. And Tampa has not scored a touchdown on their home field here all season long, and they're getting close to breaking that record also.
Yeah, they're moving very well as the Cardinals in that 3-4 don't play it as well as it should be played. That is, there are too many holes, and people are allowed to float free through there instead of hitting them and knocking them off course.
At the Cardinal 20, Higgins goes wide to the left side. Morris Owens wide right. Novak is the tight end setting on the right side. Gary Huff, long count. Gives to the tailback, coming into the middle, hit at the 20, falls right at the 20-yard line. Lewis Carter, the tailback, hit right at the 20-yard line and down there. Steve Neal's the left linebacker making the stop for the Cardinals. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 for Tampa Bay.
2nd down and 10.
They are within field goal range right now, but the Cardinals trying to shut them down. The Cardinal defense, of course, has been maligned in the last 4 or 5 weeks. Wide to the right side, Morris Owens. John McKay is the wide man to the left side. Back split behind Huff. Tight ends on the right. 2nd and 10 at the Cardinal 20. Fakes and goes back to throw, and a flag goes down. Up and out to McKay on the left side. Incomplete at about the 10-yard line. Covering was Roger Worley on the play, but a flag down at the line of scrimmage right at the snap of the ball, Bill.
Looked as though the nose guard, Charlie Davis, was offside. It's offside. Okay. The official gave the wrong signal. It is offside the Cardinals because Charlie Davis jumped right before the snap and made contact. So that's going to cost the Cardinals 5, as Cardinals had good coverage on the receiver going out to the left side on a square out. But the problem is they're not putting any pressure whatsoever on Huff. And he has all kinds of time to look, and that's why you give up so many yards, because if you're going to run the 3-4, you're going to have to stunt and get some linebackers back there to put some pressure on that quarterback.
2nd and 5 at the Cardinal 15-yard line. Morris Owens wide right. Double tight end set for the Buccaneers. Lewis Carter and Ed Williams. Now Carter, the tailback, comes in motion out to the right side. Up gives off to Williams, the fullback, in right at the 15. Spins off that, comes to the 10, spins off to the 10. Ed Williams, the fullback, spinning off and picking up the first down yard as they had him stopped dead right at the line of scrimmage, Bill, and let him get out of there.
Yeah, it was poor tackling that time, as they stopped him up and didn't make the final tackle, and now the Cardinals are in position now to give up the Buccaneers' first touchdown in a long while. And the interesting thing is, this is where the Bucs usually cough up the football. They get inside the 10 or the 20 and can't get in. Let's see what happens against the Cardinals.
Huff brings him out. He has McKay wide to the left side. That's the coach's son, John McKay. And wide to the right is Morris Owens. Backs offset strong left behind Gary Huff. Tight end setting on the right. First down and goal to go at the 7 to Ed Williams. Inside the 5 to the 4, slanting over his own left tackle. Before he was finally knocked down, Mark Arneson, the right linebacker. Coming up to force on the run was Ken Reeves, the strong safety. Roger Worley, the right corner. And Walt Patulski, who just came in to play in the defensive line, all there. A gain of 3. It is 2nd down and goal to go just inside the Cardinal 4.
Gary Huff has started 5 games. This is number 6 at quarterback, and rookies Jeff Blunt and Randy Hedberg have started the others.
Buccaneers out. 2nd and goal just inside the Cardinal 4. Again, the backs offset strong left behind Huff. Wing on the right. Double tight end set. Huff gives off to Carter. Hit behind the line. A flag goes down. He bounces off a tackle. Bounces back into around the 2. Flag down on the play.
Cardinals shot somebody in that defense that time and had him stopped behind the line.
That's against the Cardinals. The ball resting just shy of the 1-yard line. On the gain itself, they'll take the penalty. It'll be half the distance there. They will save the down rather than having 3rd and about 1.5 yards. They'll have 2nd down and about 2 yards to go for the touchdown. Another offside call against the Cardinals.
Eric Williams, trying to shoot through there, was caught offside, and now the Cardinals have 1.5 yards to protect. They're about 2 yards, as a matter of fact.
They go with a double tight end set. Morris Owens goes wide to the left side. 2nd and goal at the Cardinal 2. Back split behind Gary Huff. Williams and Carter. Back in motion comes Morris Owens from the left wing. Huff rolling out to the right. Throws the ball, and it is incomplete as he got rushed and pressured. It looked like he was going to try to roll out and maybe go in on the bootleg, and they shot the linebacker, Tim Carney, and he had to unload it, and he did.
And where he threw it was very dangerous in that anybody who picks it off over there is going to go about 95 yards. But the Cardinals couldn't quite get there as Carney shot the gap and really put the pressure on Huff. As I said before, if you're going to play the 3-4, you've got to shoot those linebackers and put some pressure on that quarterback. And this is the first time that they've done it in this whole series. So we'll see what the Bucs can do now as it's down again at the 2-yard line.
3rd and goal to go at the Cardinal 2. Double tight end set. Owens wide right. Williams and Carter offset strong left behind Gary Huff. On the 3rd down call, he gives to Carter. Hit at the 2. Dives forward. Crawls in. Did he get in? It's going to be 4th down and about 1 yard to go. It is at the 1-yard line. He was hit down, started to crawl. So it is now 4th down and less than 1 yard to go. About a foot to go for the touchdown as Tampa Bay looks to go for it.
Yeah, his knee went down at the 1 and he tried to crawl in. And once the knee goes down, then that's where the ball is spotted at about the 1-foot line.
Jimmy DeBose has come into the backfield. He will run with Lewis Carter now. Double tight end set. 4th and goal to go inside the Cardinal 1. Gary Huff gives off there. The fullback dives up and in. Touchdown. Up and in for the score, and it's the first touchdown for Tampa Bay on their home leave it alone. Lewis Carter.
Well, these fans love it as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers drove right through the Cardinals defense in for the first score of the afternoon at 6:54. That puts Tampa Bay on top by a score of 6-0 as they capitalized on an interception by Cotney back at the Cardinal 37.
Dave Green in to try for the point after. John McKay will hold to try to put number 7 up there. All set, snap back, ball down, the kick is up, and it is good. With 6:54 to play in this first quarter. There's an official timeout of the score. Tampa 77 and the Cardinals nothing.
Hello, may I help you, sir? Yes, I'd like to buy an office calculator. May I suggest this Victor printing calculator? This little number, if you'll excuse the expression, will turn you into a mathematician.
A magician? Like Houdini? Wow, I've always wanted to be able to pick locks with my feet.
Not a magician, a mathematician. With this Victor calculator, you'll be able to work magic with numbers.
You mean there's like a trap door in this thing?
There's no trap door. I mean, Victor gives you a choice of 6 different decimal selections and an accumulating memory.
I don't see a trap door.
And Victor gives you a color-coded keyboard. Victor calculators make work go faster and easier.
Boy, they really hide these trap doors.
Sir, want to forget about the trap door?
Hey, I wouldn't mention it to a soul. Listen, we magicians have got to keep our trap shut, right? So where is it? Underneath?
No.
On top?
No.
Is it in the side?
No.
It's got to be here somewhere.
Let Victor make you a mathematician.
Call your Victor representative now for a free demonstration.
All set for the Buccaneer kickoff. Back deep in the middle is Terry Metcalf. On his left, up and about the 10 is Steve Jones. Jerry Latin on his right. 7-0 Tampa Bay. They get on the board first. And Dave Green comes into it, hits it high and wobbly down toward the middle. Taken by Jones at the 11. Back to the 15 of the 20. Jones at the 25. Cuts to the 29 and is down at the 29-yard line. Steve Jones on the return. Finally bowled down. Coming down to get him was Rick Bonus, a reserve linebacker out of Nebraska, second-year man. And the Cardinal is shaken up on the play. The broadcast authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the St. Louis Football Cardinals solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the description or accounts of this game without the written consent of the St. Louis Football Cardinals and KMOX Radio is prohibited.
That's Terry Metcalf down. Terry was trying to throw a block in there for Steve Jones, and now he's being assisted by Johnny Omohundro, Jim Shearer, and one of the Cardinals' physicians. Terry seemingly is holding one of his legs, looks like his right leg, right below the knee. And now Jerry Latin is coming into the Cardinal huddle as Terry has yet to get to his feet.
Metcalf picked up his necessary yardage, Bill, in that first possession. He needed 25 yards. He got that on the kickoff when he got it back out to the 42-yard line. And picked up his necessary yardage to put him over the 2,000-yard total offense mark. Terry is up, walking off. Probably will be back in there. He's walking off a little gingerly right now. Jerry Latin is coming to replace him in the Cardinal backfield, and he will team with Jim Otis.
Terry was hit on the side of the leg by one of the Buccaneers coming down trying to make the tackle as he was trying to get into position to block, but he is walking gingerly but under his own power now. Terry becomes only the first player in the National Football League to gain 2,000 yards in 3 different seasons. As he has already done it here, we're talking about combined yards. That's returns, rushing, pass receiving, etc.
Cardinals have it first down on their own 29-yard line. 6:44 to go first period. 7-0 Tampa Bay out in front.
Well, the Cardinals were their own worst enemy early in this ball game as they had the first down inside the Tampa 40-yard line. They were caught for clipping. J.V. Kane caught for clipping. And then a couple of times in the Tampa Bay drive, they aided the Buccaneers by being offside. I guess overly aggressive trying to get into that backfield. And finally, Tampa Bay was able to punch it in as Lewis Carter went in from 1 foot out. And the Cardinal running game had been stymied early as they tried to go wide, and Dave Fair and company down there shut them down there, and finally Cotney picked off one that was too high for Mel Gray.
A couple of scores there. That Giant and Chicago game is now tied 3-3 first quarter. Danilo hit a 36-yard field goal. Philadelphia leads the Jets 7-0 first quarter. Cardinals come up. Back shift into an I. Ike Harris tightens up on the right wing. Gray is wide to the left side on the first down call. The give goes off to Jerry Latin. Dives over the right side and comes out to about the 32-yard line. Planning over the right side and doing it pretty much on his own. The defensive left end, Counsel Rudolph, cut it down, but then he fell into the arms of the linebacker and the cornerback coming up on the left side.
Second down and 6.
Picked up about close to 4 yards, not quite 4. Second down and about 6.5, close to 7 yards to go. Wide to the right goes Ike Harris. The ball just outside the Cardinal 32. Wide to the left, on the left wing is Mel Gray, who ships out now wider to the left side as the backs offset strong left. Out of the long count. Gives to Otis, comes in the middle to the 35, to the 36. Dave Fair, the nose tackle, along with the linebacker Dewey Selman, getting in on the stop along with Leroy Selman, the defensive right end. They mark it just outside the Cardinal 35, bringing up a third down at about 4.
Buccaneers very happy with the move from Dewey Selman from down lineman to linebacker, inside linebacker. Very quick, very aggressive.
Cardinals come out wide to the left side is Mel Gray. Wide right goes Ike Harris. Backs now split as Otis shifts over to the right side. Kane is found on the left side on a third down and 4 just outside their 35. Latin went in motion. Hart's going to have to roll out on his own and be hit back at about the 32-yard line as Latin moved the snap count. Rolled out to the right side and a motion penalty would be called, but the Cardinals probably will have to kick it out of there as Tampa Bay more than likely will decline the penalty.
Cardinals having trouble concentrating now as the official now is about to give the call. Illegal motion, Cardinals.
Will be forced to kick it out of there. They'll take the long on the play. The line of scrimmage will be the 32-yard line of the Cardinals. Isaac Higgins will be back. And he was back there with Danny Reese in double safety as Dwayne Carroll comes in to do the punting. He is kicking in to what appears to be the wind. But down on the floor of the stadium, as it swirls, it'll be hard to judge whether he's kicking into it or not. The swirling kind of wind, which could be a tough ball to handle for the punt return men. Cardinals trying to get straightened away on their assignments on the special team. A high snap, and Carroll flags it down, steps into it, hangs it out well, boots it well, driving. Reese back to his 15-yard line. Reese wants the left side at the 20, 22, 23, and down he is at the 23-yard line. Kurt Oliver down to force him, and Jeff Severson made the stop at the 23. There's an official timeout on the score. Tampa Bay 7, Cardinals 0.
I love the sea. That's why I'm a marine biologist. Right now I'm doing research with killer whales. There's so much we can learn from them about the oceans and ultimately our own future. There are times, though, when I'm scared, really scared. But the knowledge we gain is invaluable, and that's the reason I'm here. That's why I believe in what I'm doing.
When people believe in what they're doing, it makes life just a little better. At Anheuser-Busch, we believe there's only one way to brew Busch, the natural way, for a light, smooth taste.
I believe in my work. I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
It's people just like you that make America strong.
Busch, when you believe in what you're doing. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
First down, Tampa Bay on their own 23-yard line as Gary Huff comes back in to run the offense. A 53-yard punt by Dwayne Carroll, 8-yard return on the play by Danny Reese. So Tampa Bay takes over on their own 23 with 5 minutes, 14 seconds to play in the first quarter. Buccaneers come out. They have Morris Owens coming wide to the right. They'll go with the double tight end set. Dana Knapziger is the tight end on the left side, and Jack Novak on the right. Huff gives out to the tailback, and then as Lewis Carter slants over the left side across the 25, out to about the 27-yard line before he is finally spun down. Mark Arneson getting out to get a piece of him. Tim Kearney, one of the inside linebackers. They'll mark it at the 27. It'll be second down, and about 6 yards to go as Carter picked up close to 4. John McKay checks in. Knapziger comes out as the tight end, and McKay will go in as a wide receiver. Second down and about 6 for Tampa Bay. McKay going wide to the left side. Morris Owens comes out wide to the right. Back split. Novak is the tight end on the right side. Carter and Williams, the running backs behind Huff on the second down call. Carter slants back to the right side. Hit at the 27, falls to maybe the 28, stacked up there. They did a good job of forcing him to the outside. Steve Neal's the left linebacker, along with Eric Williams, combining on the stop. They'll give him about a yard to a yard and a half. It'll be just shy of the 29-yard line, bringing up third down and about 4. Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the Cardinals Football Network.
Only one station does it all. This is KMOX St. Louis.
Shell Oil Company has a fall motor oil special. With the purchase of an oil change, filter, and lubrication, receive your choice of a free big red stocking cap or tam. Offer good while supply lasts. May vary at participating Shell dealers.
Third down at about 4. They go slot right now as Huff goes back to throw. Setting and has time. Fires deep up the middle to Morris Owens, who is wide open and overthrew it. He took it inside route. He was about 2 or 3 strides away from Roger Worley. But Morris Owens was overthrown by Gary Huff, and that was 6 if they connected, but they did not, and they'll have to kick it out of there.
That was 6 for sure because the Cardinals blew the coverage. In addition to that, they had no pressure on Gary Huff whatsoever as the down lineman got picked off right at the line of scrimmage, and it's a good thing that he did overthrow it, or that would have been point number 13.
Dave Green in to do the punting. Bill Bradley back in single safety. The line of scrimmage just shy of the Tampa Bay 29-yard line. Cardinals line them up 10 across the front. We'll see if they set up the return or try for the block. They set up the return. Green hangs it out to Bradley. Good punt. Bill steps under it at the 27, wants the right side. Cuts to the sideline, 35, 40, 45. Flag down at the 50, 40, down to the 38-yard line. And a flag thrown back up at the 40. And more than likely a clipping call against the Cardinals that would nullify the return by Bill Bradley, and a very good one it was.
Again, mistakes. They've been caught clipping twice. They've been outside twice, and now that ball, instead of being on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers side of the 50, is going to come back inside the Cardinals side of the 50, and rather deep, too.
So a good return by Bill Bradley is nullified by a Cardinal error. On the clipping call, marked off from the 41-yard line. They'll move it back to the 26, and it'll be first just shy of their own 26-yard line. Latin comes back in to run in the backfield as Metcalf is still out of there. 44-yard punt, 13. There's an official timeout on the field with the score, Tampa Bay 7, Cardinals nothing.
What's new today at your Chevy dealer? The new 1978 third-generation Monte Carlo. That's what. It's Chevrolet's most popular personal luxury car. And for $78, it's completely redesigned, completely new. Both the coupe and the Landau offer more front and rear headroom than last year, with more usable trunk space than ever. Something's new under the hood, too, in the new Monte Carlo. New V6 engine that delivers impressive EPA fuel economy ratings. Or choose the optional V8. The new third-generation Monte Carlo. Solid quality, inside and out. See it at your nearby Chevy dealer this week. And see what's new.
At Francis Chevrolet, 11,200 St. Charles Rock Road in Bridgeton. Charlie's Chevrolet, 3721 South Grand here in St. Louis. And Schmidt's Chevrolet, 512-518 West Main in Belleville.
First down, Cardinals just shy of their own 26-yard line. Bradley had a good return, Bill, but nullified by the clip.
Yeah, more than 30 yards, but now the Cardinals have to start from their own 26.
Latin, you notice, on the running backs. Wing on the left side is Icaris. They shift into the eye. Wide to the right is Mel Gray. Hard on a first down call. As J.B. Kane says tight on the left, Jim back to throw. Looking. Wings out to the left on a screen to Latin. Hits behind. The line is going to be... Leroy Selman, the defensive right end, reading the screen, came out and drilled Latin at the 19-yard line, and that'll be a loss of 6 yards on the attempted screen.
Well, as I said before, if the Cardinals entertained any notion that this was going to be a cakewalk, I'm sure the film showed them differently, and now the Buccaneers are showing them differently. They know the Cardinal offense, and they have been all over them when they tried to run. That time when they tried to run the screenplay, Latin had to make a heck of a play to get it. It was a poorly thrown pass, and then when he did get it, he was drilled.
Cardinals come out now. Second down and about 16 to go from their own 19. Wide to the left is Mel Gray. Icaris on the right wing. Backs offset to the left as Hart will be in another passing situation and back to throw. Screen over to the left side this time to Otis. Gets a block at the 20, cuts to the 25, hit at the 28, and down he goes at the 28. Coming up from the secondary to make the stop was Mike Cotney, 6-footer, 205, third-year man out of Cameron State. They'll mark it out at about the 28-yard line, leaving the Cardinals now with a third down. And still close to 7 yards to go.
Not a member of this Buck secondary was drafted by them. Cotney came in a veteran allocation from Houston. The left corner, Jarvis White, is from Houston. The other two acquired from Miami and Baltimore in trades.
Cardinals out again, wide to the right, Mel Gray. Steve Jones in to run along with Otis, wide to the left side. Ike Harris back to throw. His Hart has some time now, fires, and it is broken up. Almost intercepted. Coming up on the play, one of the linebackers, Richard Wood, a 6'2", 215-pound three-year man out of Southern Cal, who broke it up and has forced the Cardinals into a punting situation again.
Interesting thing about this Buck defense, that secondary is way off the ball. The linebackers are up tight, which seem to indicate that the tight end ought to be free somewhere in those hook zones. But the Cardinals haven't gone to him yet, and they have had trouble moving at all.
Dwayne Carroll in to do the punting. Danny Reese back in double safety. Carroll hangs it out toward Reese, comes under it at his own 38 to the 40, skips by to the 45, spins to the 50 to the 48 of the Cardinals, and down he goes. Danny Reese on the return, made a good return into Cardinal territory. At the Cardinals' 48-yard line, Bob Giblin coming down on the stop. It'll be first down, Tampa Bay, on the Cardinal 48-yard line.
And a Cardinal defensive man was in on top of the punt receiver and missed him, allowing him to go another 15 yards.
He got 14 yards on the return and a 34-yard punt by Dwayne Carroll. John McKay goes out wide to the left side as Tampa Bay comes out of the huddle. Wide to the right side as Morris Owens. Williams and Carter in to do the running. Gary Huff fakes to the tailback, back to throw on the screen, flips it over, and it's intercepted. Picked off there by Mike Arneson, and into the Tampa Bay 44-yard line. On the screen pass, tipped up and into the arms of Mike Arneson. And he got it to the Tampa Bay 44-yard line, and the Cardinal offense has a chance to get something done now.
That's if we can break the fisticuffs up down here, as Kenny Reeves is after somebody down there.
Let's see, that would be Paul Harris.
That time the Cardinals were really coming hard, and the Buccaneers thought they had the screen set up perfectly, but Arneson had drifted back and was into the flow and picked it off and puts the Cardinals back in business at the Bucs 45.
Jeff Winans, one of the guards, was the man who was involved in a verbal battle, more than anything, with Ken Reeves. Cardinals out inside the 45 of Tampa Bay. They go slot left with Gray wide to the left side. Ike Harris in the slot. They get to Otis, slants to the right side. Hit as he gets to about the 44-yard line, and that is all. Counsel Rudolph, the defensive left end. And Dave Pear. They mark it down at the 44. Virtually no gain on the play. Second down and still better than 9 yards to go for the Cardinals.
Now, if you run the 3-4 perfectly, then you shouldn't be able to run outside, and the Cardinals haven't been able to run outside, and Tampa Bay has on the Cardinals.
Wide to the left, Mel Gray. Wide to the right side, Ike Harris. Tight end sets on the left. Back split. Latin in to run with Jim Otis on a second down and long. Hart gives on the draw to Latin. Comes to the 45-40. Cuts down to the 35, to the 34, near first down yardage. They will give him the penetration inside the 35 before he finally was drilled down. Coming up on the stop was Cedric Brown, one of the defensive backs, a rookie out of Kent State. They'll mark it at the 34-yard line, and it'll be close enough for a measurement. It'll either be third and just inches to go or a first down.
Well, if Terry Metcalf should go someplace else as a free agent, then Jerry Latin is heir apparent. He is the man in the Cardinal backfield situation who has the quickness and elusiveness to provide them some semblance of the Metcalf style, as Wayne Morris in all likelihood would be the number one fullback. It is a Cardinal first down. Their first down of this ball game.
So it is up to them to get something started now and get it done and get themselves fired up just a little bit. They seem to be very listless offensively and defensively. First down just inside the Tampa Bay 35 as we come down toward the end of this first quarter with 40 seconds to go. Slot right, Harris in the slot. Gray is wide to the right side. I formation, they shift out strong right now behind Hart. Kane is tight on the left side. Hart gives off to Otis, comes into the middle for 30, cuts it outside to around the 28, 27-yard line before he's finally drawn down. Picked up about 7 yards on the play to around the 27, 28-yard line before he was swarmed under. They unpiled just a straight slant over the right side behind the blocking of Dan Deerdorf and Conrad Dobler. They got a little yardage out of it. Coming up on the stop was Jarvis White, the cornerback, who got a piece of it to help force it down. It's at the 27, and that is the end of the first quarter here in Tampa with a score. Tampa Bay 7, the Cardinals nothing.
Cheetah Jack, Cheetah Jack, Cheetah Jack, Jack in the box. Now you're cooking.
Jack, Jack in the box. We're really cooking now.
A jumbo jack, a movie jack, a bonus jack.
A super scuba fries, I have a breakfast jack.
The onion rings, the natural thing, the secret sauce is still the boss.
And now we're really cooking now. The food never stops, that
Jack in the box. The food never stops, that Jack in the box.
Ginger Jack, Ginger Jack, Ginger Jack, Jack in the box. Now you're cooking, Jack, Jack in the box. We're really cooking now.
A jumbo jack, a movie jack, a bonus jack.
A super scuba fries, I have a breakfast jack.
The onion rings, the natural thing, the secret sauce is still the boss.
The tacos really taco and the food never stops, that
Jack in the box. The food never stops, that Jack in the box.
Ginger Jack, Ginger Jack, Ginger Jack, Jack in the box. Now you're cooking, Jack,
Jack in the Box restaurant.
Jack in the box. We're really cooking now.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let the sun come shining through. When you look and you see how the rest of the world is, we're best every day. Good morning means the Globe Democrat today.
First in daily circulation. Read the Globe Democrat.
Second down, and about 2.5 yards to go for the Cardinals at the 27-yard line of Tampa Bay. Bill, it's almost imperative they get something on the board here, and they've got to get themselves a little fired up. And I know it's difficult to do. The attitude is such when you're out of this thing, and the way things have happened in the previous week, it's awfully tough to get yourself geared into a peak of frenzy.
But it's a long way back to St. Louis if they lose.
Wide right, Mel Gray. The give goes to Otis into the middle, spins to around the 24-yard line, just coming right up the middle and trying to find a bit of daylight, and fell for what is going to be close to a first down, if not a first down. Coming in on the stop was Richard Wood, one of the linebackers, in their 3-4 setup. Let's see if they picked up the first down or whether they're going to be inches shy. They'll bring it out and measure. Bringing the chains out from the other side.
Cardinals' strategy sometimes mystifies me. Against several 3-4 teams, they have tried to go outside and haven't gone outside on any of them. Then they finally get back to, it's going to be just short, by the way. They get back to running the ball between the tackles and have great success, and then they get away from it again. Sometimes I don't follow the continuity of their offensive strategy at all.
They come in with a double tight end set, and Tom Brahaney checks in to be one of the blocking tight ends. He and Jackie Smith and J.B. Kane will drop off to a wing. So to just inches shy of a first down, barely inside the 25 of Tampa Bay. Cardinals come out. Latin and Otis are the running backs, offset now as they put Latin over on the left wing. On the right wing, J.B. Kane, only one running back, and that is Jim Otis. Comes into the middle, gets the first down, coming over his own right guard, fell to about the 23-yard line, and that is all. Leroy Selman, the defensive right end, cracking down, along with Dewey Selman, the linebacker. The Selman brothers out of Eufaula, Oklahoma. They'll mark it at the 23-yard line. It is first down, Cardinals, at the Tampa Bay 23. We're just into the second quarter, with the Buccaneers out in front 7-0. Cardinals come out. Wide to the left side, Mel Gray. Icares to the right. Pitch off to Latin. Wants to sweep the right. Comes to the 20. Hit hard at the 3-yard line. The Cardinals got a break out of it. It is going to be Cardinal football as they got a break. The ball is blown dead at the point of the hit at the 20. A gain of about 3 yards on the play by Latin, who was really banged down and lost the ball. But the Cardinals will retain possession.
That was your basic quick whistle. Again, the Cardinals trying to go wide. Obviously, they know something that I don't. I just have not seen a team able to go wide yet on a good 3-4 defense.
Richard Wood is the guy that made the first hit on Latin. The ball blown dead. Cardinals with a second down and 7 at the 20 of Tampa Bay. Gray to the left side. Wide to the right is Icares. J.B. Kane tight on the left side. I formation behind Jim Hart. Fakes the pitch. Screen out to the right to Icares. Drops the ball. And Tampa's defense was reading it all the way. They faked it to the left and were going to try to screen to the wide man on the right, Icares, but it was read all the way and well. And it's just as well they did not complete the ball. They would have lost a couple of yards.
Yeah, Dan Dierdorf was out there trying to provide the screen for Icares, but Tampa saw it coming, and they were out there waiting. And it's a miracle nobody was able to step in there and pick it off.
Third down and about 7 at the Tampa Bay 20 for the Cardinals. Wide to the left side, Mel Gray, and Icaris comes to the right side. J.B. Kane tight on the left. Steve Jones running with Latin in there now. They're split behind Hart on 3rd down and 7 at the Tampa Bay 20. Hart back to throw. Sets and looks and fires. It is complete to about the 13-yard line, near first down. Complete to Mel Gray, or Jerry Latin it is, at about the 13-yard line. That'll be near first down yardage.
It's a little short, but I think the Cardinals are going to have to go for it now. Your last game of the season, you're trailing 7-0. To heck with that field goal. You might as well try to get 6 or 7.
They're about a foot, maybe a foot and a half shy. Cecil Johnson, one of the linebackers, a rookie out of Pittsburgh, making the stop on Jerry Latin. The ball just inside the Tampa Bay 14, with a 4th down and about a foot to go. And the Cardinals call for a timeout. With a timeout, the score: the Buccaneers 7, the Cardinals nothing.
If you know someone whose cookware has gone to pot, this Christmas give her a new set of Miro cookware from True Value hardware stores. Like the 7-piece set of Miro Silverstone cookware for just $22.77. The lightweight, even heating aluminum pans feature a Silverstone interior for no-stick cooking, no scour cleaning. And the vapor seal covers help minimize moisture loss during cooking. The Miro Silverstone cookware set from True Value hardware stores includes a 1- and 2-quart saucepan, each with a matching lid, plus a 5-quart Dutch oven and 10-inch fry pan that share a lid, all for just $22.77. If you know someone whose cookware has gone to pot, this Christmas give her a new set of Miro Silverstone cookware from participating True Value hardware stores.
True Value Hardware is more than just a name. It's a way of doing business that means True Value.
Cardinals with the 4th down play coming up. About a foot shy of a first down, just inside the 14-yard line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have 12:43 to play in this first half, 7-0. Tampa Bay out in front. They go with the double tight end set again as Brahaney comes in to block on the left side. Jackie Smith to block on the right side. J.B. Kane on the right wing. Steve Jones runs with Otis, and Jones moves up to the left wing now, leaving only Otis behind Jim Hart on the 4th down call. The give goes off to Otis. Bangs to about the 14 and hit and dropped and did not make the first down. He did not make the first down.
They're going to measure, though.
Well, his penetration had to go to the 13-yard line, Bill. He was hit and knocked down.
I don't think he got there personally.
They will measure to see if the Cardinals did pick up the first down or not. Well, he may have now as they stretch him out. He may have picked up the first down. Nope, they did not. Tampa Bay held and takes over. He missed it by about 2 or 3 inches.
Well, if you want to give a team impetus, let them stop you on a 4th and a foot, and you're the football Cardinals. Now, they cannot be anything but discouraged after that.
So it's at the 13-yard line of Tampa Bay, just outside it, and the Buccaneers take over. All of this was set up by a pass interception by Mark Arneson, but the Cardinals unable to get anything on the board with 12:37 to go in the first half. They have Morris Owens going wide to the right, double tight end set, Novak and Knapsinger, the tight ends. Pitch to the tailback. Carter comes to the left, to the 13, to the 15, to the 17, to the 19-yard line. Lewis Carter slanting it over to the left side. Got it out to about the 19-yard line for a gain of close to 6 yards on the play before he was finally knocked down.
Well, you can talk about the coach leaving, you can talk about Metcalf leaving, but they have a much more serious problem than that, and that is finding a contending defense. The defense that they've had in 1977 is not going to take them anywhere.
Owens goes wide right, 2nd down and about 3 yards to go, just shy of their own 20. In motion comes Carter off the tailback, out to the left, up to Williams, and then Williams gets it out to about the 23-yard line. They'll mark it around the 23-yard line. Is that Williams or Jimmy DeBose? Jimmy DeBose on the carry. They'll mark it right around the 23, and that will be close to first down yardage as well, and they'll call the change in again from the far sideline to measure this and see if Tampa Bay indeed did pick up the first down or how far they have to go.
Now, we were talking a few moments ago how the Cardinals were unable to go wide on Tampa Bay, which plays an excellent 3-4. Conversely, it's first down.
They got it just by the nose of the ball.
conversely, Tampa Bay has been able to go wide on the Cardinals. And when you have that linebacker sitting out there, if you play the defense right, there is no way in the world any team is supposed to turn that corner. And teams have turned the corner on the Cardinals all year long.
They have Morris Owens wide to the right side. Higgins comes out wide to the left side. Backs off, set strong left. Up, gives off to the fullback. Comes over the left side and gets it out to about the 26, 27-yard line as Ed Williams was dumped. At about the 26-yard line, a gain of around 3 yards. Second down and about 7 yards to go for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. DuBose has come back in to run along with Lewis Carter as Ed Williams checks out. Second down and about 7 from their own 26. Huff gives off to DuBose. He hits at about the 26, maybe the 27, and that's as far as he could go. Charlie Davis, the nose tackle, getting in on the stop for the Cardinals, getting linebacker help out of Tim Carney, along with Ron Jankowski, who's playing the defensive right end. Little or no gain on the play. The ball just outside the Tampa Bay 26. Third down and still about 7 yards to go. DuBose is out. Ed Williams checks back in. They'll go out of the eye. They have Higgins coming out wide to the left side. Morris Owens wide right. Third and long, and a passing situation for Gary Huff. Out of the eye, Huff on the long count, pitches to the tailback. Carter comes to the right side, hit it and knocked down at the 28-yard line. Good hit made by Tim Carney, who really drilled him and knocked him off his feet. Charlie Davis got out there to finally put the clincher on him, but it was Carney's hit that did the number on him, and they will have to kick it out of there from about their own 28, 29-yard line.
Cardinals guessed wrong on defense that time as they brought the right side linebacker, and Tampa Bay went to the other side, but Mike Dawson was able to make penetration and force the runner deeper than he wanted to go, enabling the rest of the help to come along and make the play.
Dave Green in to do the punting, stands back at his 13 to take the snap. Bill Bradley in single safety. We'll see if the Cardinals try to block or set up the return. Fourth down, handles a good snap. They set up the return. He hits him low and end over end, down toward Bradley, bounding away from him and high away from him. So back to around the 20, the 15, the 10, and down to the 9-yard line. Terrible punt. With a great roll, it rounded over the head of Bradley and away from him. And it's all the way back to the Cardinal 9-yard line. A 63-yard punt. With a great roll thrown in. And there's an official timeout with a score remaining. Tampa Bay 7 and the Cardinals nothing.
Why do today what you can put off until tomorrow? Well, that should be the slogan of everybody in America who's ever said, I'm going on a diet, those pounds have to go. But that's really not easy, especially if you like soda. Now, the problem is all of those sugar-free diet sodas, well, they taste kind of funny. That's why I think you should try Weight Watchers soft drinks. For a couple of reasons. First of all, they're just about the best tasting soft drinks you can buy. They're strawberry, tastes like strawberry, root beer tastes like root beer, cherry cola, black cherry, raspberry cream, and on and on and on. The other thing is, you only get 1 calorie in a 12-ounce can of cola. And if you're looking for economy, you can get 8 cans of Weight Watchers soft drinks for the price of 6 cans of most nationally advertised brands. Now, I recommend that all the sportscasters in America get on the Weight Watchers bandwagon, because so far we have all pro voices and free agent bodies. So why don't you join us? The Weight Watchers Parade. Weight Watchers soft drinks, they're just about the best you've ever tasted.
A couple of other scores. Atlanta leading New Orleans 7-0. That's in the second quarter. And Cincinnati leading Houston in a very important game in the AFC Central. Cincinnati on a pair of field goals out in front 6-0 over Houston with 8:57 left in the second quarter.
By the way, Abe Gibran is in charge of this Buccaneers defensive line. They used to call him the Great Pumpkin in Chicago, and now he has the color to match as he wears the Tampa Bay colors, and he's smiling, and they love him in Tampa Bay.
At the Cardinal 9, they come out. Wide to the left side goes Belgray. Into the left slot goes Icaris. Kane is tight on the right. Wayne Morris in to run along with Steve Jones now. The give goes to Morris, hit behind the line, gets free of a tackle, turns it upfield, dives out across the 10 to about the 12. He got out of the arms of Leroy Selman, the defensive right end, who was going to drill him for a loss of about 4, and he got away from that and finally dived out across the 10 to about the 13-yard line and turned a 4-yard gain into what looked like a sure 3 or 4 yard loss. It'll be second down at about 6 yards to go for the Cardinals out of their own 13-yard line. Morris running with Steve Jones in the Cardinal backfield. Into the right slot comes Icaris. Wide to the right side goes Mel Gray. Kane is tight on the left side. Back split behind Hart on second down and 6. In motion goes Morris out to the left side. Hart gives off on a delay out to Steve Jones on a straight dive. Got it to about the 15 coming over his own left tackle, but no more. Leroy Selman, Dewey Selman, the linebackers, Richard Wood, another linebacker in on the stop. They'll mark it at about the 15-yard line, leaving the Cardinals with a 3rd down and 4. They are on their own 15-yard line, trailing 7-0 with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first half.
Cardinals exploring the Tampa Bay reaction to that man in motion to see if they come back to that or to a similar play, swinging it to one of the backs.
They come out slot right with Harris in the slot, Gray wide right. Back split behind Hart on 3rd down and 4 from his own 15-yard line. He wants to throw and goes back and sets and fires. Complete to Gray at the 25, hit at the 25, but he gets the first down yardage. Mel Gray went out and did a hook at about the 25-yard line, was hit right there, and took it in for the first down. Richard Wood made the stop on him, but it's a Cardinal first down as they picked up about 10 on the pass play.
Same play that Cotney intercepted as Jim was trying to go to Mel on a hook, and Cotney stepped in front and picked it off.
Cardinals trying to get something started, something sustained, get something on the board. They trailed 7-0 with 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Slot left, Harris in the slot, Gray wide to the left side. Jones shifts over, and they're split behind Jim Hart. Kane tight on the right side. From their own 25, first down, give on the draw to Morris. Comes to the 25, to the 30, out to the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. Wayne Morris on the carry. Richard Wood again, along with Dewey Selman on the stop for Tampa Bay. We'll see where they place it down. It'll be around the 31-yard line, and a gain of 6 and a 2nd down and 4 for the Cardinals.
Roger Finney got on Dewey Selman that time. Finney got a good block on Selman, the inside linebacker, and Wayne Morris was plowing right behind him.
Cardinals come out, 2nd down and 4 from their own 31-yard line. Slot left. Backs offset strong right. The give goes off to Morris, hit behind the line. He's going to be stopped at about the 28, 29-yard line. Trying to slant it off to the right side, and he was stopped abruptly by Counsel Rudolph, the defensive left end.
Well, they shot right by the pulling guard trying to lead that play off tackle and got right into the backfield to stack him up.
They lost 2 on the play, about 1.5 yards really. 3rd down, and about 6 yards to go for the Cardinals, just shy of their own 30. Mike Harris goes out into the left slot as Mel Gray goes wide to the left side. Jones and Morris split behind Jim Hart. Tight end is on the right. That's J.B. Kane. 3rd down and about 6 to go. Long count as Hart will go back to throw and does, and sets in the pocket and looks and fires up and out to the left. Gray drops the ball at the 42. And about the 42 as he was hit by Mike Washington, the quarterback on the play. But he was there, had the ball to him in time, Bill, and just didn't hang on.
Mistakes again. That ball should have been caught. As Jimmy put the ball right on the money, as Mel did a little sideline pattern out to the left, and he didn't catch it.
Dwayne Carroll in to do the punting. Hagan's back in double safety with Danny Reese.
And
for Tampa Bay.
Can really fly. He does about a 4.5 40.
Dwayne Carroll stands back at his 15 to take the snap. Handles a high snap, steps into it. They set up a return. He shanks it off to the right side. Reese is going to let it hit. Bounds straight up the air, across the 35, and out of bounds, they say, at about the 36-yard line. So Tampa Bay will take over on their own 36. There's an official timeout on the field with the score remaining. Tampa Bay 7, Cardinals nothing.
See what's new, see what's new today in a Chevrolet.
What's new today at your Chevy dealer? The new 1978 Chevy Chevette. And when we say new, we mean all new. Like the all-new 4-door Chevette. It's loaded with new features, 18 of them, and they're all standard. Features like a more powerful 1.6-liter engine, AM radio, white wall tires, sports steering wheel and console, deluxe grille, reclining front bucket seats, and interior carpeting, to name only a few. And you get all this for a lower price than last year's comparably equipped Chevette. When you see what you get with the Chevy Chevette, you'll say it's a lot of car, a lot of value. Test drive it at your nearby Chevy dealer this week.
At Barford Chevrolet, 8500 Maryland Avenue in Clayton, Ray Grimley in Alton, and Fred Bragg Chevrolet, 3900 Lee May Ferry Road in St. Louis.
Tampa Bay takes over first down on their own 36-yard line.
Cardinals have a total offense right now of 61 yards.
Wide to the right goes Morris Owens. They'll go with a double tight end set. Novak on the right, Knapziger on the left. Williams and Carter run on the I behind Gary Huff. First down from their own 36 as Huff gives to the tailback. Carter comes to the 38, 39, driven down. And back Tim Carney, along with Steve Niels, in on the stop, along with the down lineman Charlie Davis, the nose tackle. It's a gain of about 3 yards to the 39-yard line. Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the Cardinals Football Network.
Know the sweetest way to get your licks in? Chapman's ice cream. What's more, you'll get a big kick out of that subtle little difference in the taste. Chapman's ice cream.
KMOX St. Louis, the temperature is 44 degrees.
Second down and about 7. Huff goes back to throw, fakes the tailback, going deep up the middle's got a man there. Owens has it, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Big Carl Allen. 61-yard pass play from Gary Huff to Morris Owens on a straight slide. Taking the inside route and beat Carl Allen as Huff hit him down the middle for a 61-yard touchdown play. And Tampa Bay gets on the board again with 5:01 to go in this first half.
The difference on that play, number one, is that Carl Allen didn't play him well, but the most important thing is that Huff didn't have any pressure. He had time to sit back there and find it.
Dave Green in to try for the point after. John McKay will do the holding. All set. Snap back, the ball down. Green's kick is up, and it is no good. Flag is down. A flag is down, and he'll probably get another try at it, as there may be a roughing call against the Cardinals. The call will go against the Cardinals, and Green will get another chance at it.
Now, that's another mistake because the kick was already off when the kicker was roughed. So now he gets a chance to make number 14 once again. Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Carl Allen was the man.
So Dave Green will get another chance to add number 14 to the board. All set for the point after try, and the snap back and the ball down again, and this one is up, and it is good. With 5:01 to play in this first half. The Buccaneers lead it now 14 to nothing. A 61-yard pass play. Morris Owens from Gary Huff.
Well, if you're a football Cardinal, you have to be searching your soul right now to ask yourself if you're giving 100%, and every man on that football team, all 43, have to be asking themselves the same question. A season that at one time looked so bright now looks very, very gloomy. The ball game by no means over, but the Cardinals are going to have to play some football. They haven't played any yet. The defense certainly hasn't. The offense has been coughing the ball up one way or another. They have to be a better football team than this. But I have to tell you that Tampa Bay is outplaying them by a mile right now, and they know it.
Metcalf is not in there and has not been since he was injured in the first quarter. Steve Jones is back in the middle to return, flanked by Morris on his left and by Bill Bradley on the right, as Latin is not in there also on the run back. Dave Green set to kick off. 5:01 to play first half, 14-0 Tampa Bay. Hits it wobbly and high and toward Bradley, and it went out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Out of bounds. They'll have to kick it over and be penalized 5 yards.
So the ball did not roll in. The ball hit on the 1, and then the next time it came down, it was out of bounds, so the official made the proper call.
They'll move it back to the 30-yard line. They've been very listless so far in this first half. Their best opportunity coming off a pass interception by Mark Arneson. And they missed on a first down try at the 13-yard line of Tampa Bay. Missed it on a 4th and less than a yard to go. Did not get it. And that was the best scoring chance that they have had. Dave Green set to kick off again. On the right is Bradley, on the left is Morrison. Back to the middle is Steve Jones. Green comes into it, hits it high but short. Coming under it is Bradley at the 23, 25, Bradley at the 30. Cuts to the outside at the 35. Hit at the 37 and going to be driven down at the 37-yard line. Bill Bradley on the return. Mike Lemon, a 3-year linebacker out of Kansas, made the stop on him. It'll be around the 37-yard line of the Cardinals where they will put it in play. Steve Jones will stay in and run with Morris. Jim Hart comes in to run the offense. Mel Gray wide to the left side. They'll bring out Ike Harris wide to the right side. J.B. Kane will set tight on the left side. They'll go to a double wing. On the right wing is Steve Jones. Morris, the only running back behind Hart. Now Jones shifts back. Gray splits out farther to the left side. First down from their own 37. The give off to Morris. Hit at the 38. Spins out to about the 39. Got a couple of yards and no more. That's as far as he could go. Dave Pear, the nose tackle, made the stop on him after a gain of 2 to the Cardinal 39.
Interestingly enough, the way the Buccaneers are playing this 3-4, they had the linebackers in there tight, which means that if you can pop somebody through that line, he should be able to run for a long while. But the problem is popping him through the line. They can't do it.
Slot left, back split. Kane tight on the right, second down and 8 from their 39. In motion out to the right side comes Steve Jones. Hart works on the long count. Quick pitch off to Morris, tries to sweep the right, hit at the 40, and down he goes. Dewey Selman, the linebacker, made the stop on him as they tried to sweep it to the right side. They got about a half yard on it. It'll be third down. And still, 7 yards to go for the first down from their own 40-yard line. Dewey Selman coming in and cutting it off from his linebacking spot.
That was the pulling guards man from the left side. He didn't get there.
Wide to the left side goes Mel Gray. Passing situation for Hart. Into the left slot goes Ike Harris. Back split behind Hart. Kane tight on the right. They need 7 yards from their own 40. Hart back to throw. Sets and looks. Fires up and over the middle. Complete there to Ike Harris at the 47 of the Buccaneers, and down he goes. First down. Ike Harris came down and into the middle and took it at the 47-yard line. Was hit immediately and stopped there. Dewey Selman was there. Cotney coming up from the secondary was there to help get him, along with Richard Wood, one of the linebackers. They'll mark it at the 47-yard line. It is first down, Cardinals. That's the 47 of the Buccaneers. A gain of about 13 yards on the pass play. Wide to the left side goes Ike Harris. Wide to the right side, Mel Gray. Kane is tight on the right side. Backs off that strong right. They shift into the eye behind Hart. From the Buccaneer 47. Hart takes the draw inside. A quick pop there to Ike Harris at the 35 on a quick slant, and he has another first down and a gain of 12 yards on the play. Mike Washington, the cornerback, coming out and trying to stay with it, but Harris had taken a quick inside route and a very tough pass to defend against, Bill.
And when you have pass play action, that linebacker freezes, so there was nobody in front of Ike. Again, I wonder why they don't use more pass play action. Most of the time they're telegraphing what they're doing.
Wide left, Ike Harris. Wide to the right side, Mel Gray. Kane is tight on the right. First down at the Buccaneer 35. Down 14-0. 2:08 to go in the first half. Gift of Morris on the draw. Spins to the 30, to the 25, down to the 23-yard line. And a gain of about 12 more yards and another first down for Wayne Morris in the Cardinals. Mike Washington coming up from the right corner to get a piece of him.
That was great second effort by Wayne Morris on that play.
There's an official timeout on the field. The 2-minute warning with the score, Tampa Bay 14, the Cardinals nothing.
Oliver Goldsmith once said, "I love everything that's old. Old friends, old times, old manners, old books, old wines." Well, they only have a few books in Ruggeri's, and those are Mama's cookbooks, but you'll always find plenty of quality wines to complement your specially prepared entree. Old manners and a courtesy you expect from a family-owned restaurant. Old times reflected in the warm, friendly atmosphere which makes Ruggeri's the place where family and friends meet to relax and enjoy fine food. Juicy sirloin steak, toasted ravioli, chicken breast parmigiano with mignonettes of beef, prepared with even greater attention than ever before. Ruggeri's old familiar customers are still relishing the relaxing atmosphere, unique menu of family recipes, and courteous service. And their new young customers are enjoying the generous helpings and very generous prices. Yes, the place where old friends gather, Ruggeri's, bringing the old and new together on the hill.
First down, Cardinals just inside the 24-yard line of Tampa Bay. 1:59 showing on the clock here in this first half, down 14-0. And it's really imperative they get something on the board here before this half is over. Hart has come back in to run the offense. They go slot right with Ike Harris in the slot. Wide to the right side goes Mel Gray. Back shift out split behind Jim Hart. Kane is tight on the left side. For the first down, inside the 24, Hart back to throw, sets and looks, pumps, fires, complete to the 10, and to the 12. Now as Harris took it at the 10 and came back to the 12-yard line. It's another first down. To Ike Harris at about the 12-yard line, hit there by Mark Cotney, coming up from the secondary, along with the help of Cedric Brown. They'll go without the huddle, move it down to the 12-yard line. First down, Cardinals. They get the chains moved down. Slot right formation. Kane tight on the left. Back to throw is Hart. Looking. Wings out to the right to Morris. Needs to beat a man inside the 10. Bang down at the 9-yard line. Mark Cutney came up to get him. It'll be at the 9. A gain of about 3 yards on the play. On the swing pass to the right side of the fullback, Wayne Morris coming out.
Jim hasn't thrown a deep fly pattern, and there's a reason for that. That's because the linebackers are sitting in there tight. The secondary backed way off. They don't want to get beat deep, but they're leaving those hooks and those slant patterns open, and that's what Jimmy has been going to.
It's a gain of about 2.5 near the 9-yard line. Clock stopped as he got out of bounds. 1:25 to play first half. Back split. Mike Harris wide right. Mel Gray wide to the left side. Kane is tight on the left side. Hart on the long count. Second down at about 7.5. Back to throw, and Jimmy fires them. Tipped up into the air and batted down. Almost intercepted. The ball was tipped up into the air and almost intercepted at the goal line. Intended for, it appeared to be J.B. Kane, the tight end.
That was a bit of luck for the Cardinals, too, because there were 2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers fighting for that ball. J.V. was behind them. The ball had been tipped, I don't know whether by a linebacker or a defensive lineman, but it was up there for grabs, and J.V. had no chance to get it.
So it is now third down. And about 7.5 yards to go, just shy of the 9-yard line of Tampa Bay. Deepest penetration of the afternoon so far for the Cardinals. Wide to the left side goes Mel Gray into the left slot is Ike Harris. Back split behind Hart on the third down call. They need to get to the 2 for the first down. Hart gives on the draw to Wayne Morris. Cuts down inside the 5. Down to near first down yardage, but I think he is short of the first down. Morris on the draw. Got it down to around the 3, it appeared, but no more than that. Hit there by Leroy Selman, the defensive right end, who finally got him. They're going to be short of a first down. They'll have fourth and about 1.5 feet to go for the first down, it appears, from where they stand right now.
I'd assume that they're going with the full house, although the other man has not come in yet.
Whether they have a full house. Latin has not been in there now. Here comes Jackie Smith into the lineup. Now here comes Latin in. And the Cardinals call for a timeout to talk it over on the sideline as Latin is checked in, which would indicate the full house setup, along with Morris and Steve Jones and Jackie Smith in to help out on the blocking.
This is the second 4th down situation the Cardinals have had in this ball game. They had a 4th and 1 foot to go from the Buccaneers' 13.5-yard line and couldn't make it, as Jim Otis tried an off-tackle slant to the right side, and he was stacked up. They were not in the full house in that particular formation. Now they have a double tight end situation. J.B. will probably come on the wing if Tom Brahaney comes in there, and they'll run with the full house. The interesting thing is, about 80% of the time inside the 10-yard line, when they've gone to that full house, they have gotten at least 1 yard out of it. And they need at least a yard out of this right here because they need this touchdown with 54 seconds to go. They go in down 14-0 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the half. Something is going to explode, and I fear it's going to be the coach.
Well, really, to be quite honest with you, Bill, I don't think there would be, he would really have justification to explode.
Mistakes, Bob. This is supposed to be a
I'm not talking about mistakes. I'm talking about the general attitude that has been brought on by his actions after last Saturday's game.
You're absolutely
right. And it's been a disruptive force, and there's no other way to explain it.
You're absolutely right there.
It is at the 3-yard line. It is 4th down, and about 1.5 feet to go for the first down for the Cardinals. They go to the full house set, double tight end. Kane on the left, Jackie Smith on the right side. In motion out of there, coming to the right side is Latin. Heart of the long count. Gives up in the middle, draw, touchdown to Wayne Morris. Woo! They opened a hole big enough to drive a truck through right up the middle as Morris came up on the draw and goes in from 3 yards out, and the Cardinals got on the board.
Tell you one thing, that took a lot of nerve to call that play on the 3-yard line. When they set him in motion, the Cardinals have been passing off that, and they put a hole in the middle of that line at least 2 yards wide. Wayne Morris was prepared to dive, but he didn't have to.
Bockin to try for number 7, snap back, ball down, the kick is up, and it is good. With 51 seconds to play in this first half, the Cardinals get on the board, trailing now by 7 as Tampa Bay leads it 14-7 as we get set for the Cardinal kickoff.
I was watching Jim Hart on that play. When he saw that hole open, he jumped up into the air and raised both his hands. I'm sure it was a sigh of relief to see that the Cardinals had finally gotten into that end zone because it has been rough going here in the first half, which has seen Terry Metcalf injured.
Chicago and the Giants tied 3-3 at halftime. Walter Payton has 7 total yards, or 7 attempts minus 5 yards, I beg your pardon. 7 attempts for Payton.
Today's episode is brought to you by thisdayinthenfl.com. celebrating football's greatest moments, one day at a time. Listen to classic broadcasts, explore historic games, and keep the legacy of the NFL alive at thisdayinthenfl.com.
-5 in that game, and the Giants and the Bears are tied 3-3, and the Bears must win to keep Washington out of the playoffs.
Are you telling me that Walter Payton has carried that ball only 7 times? How are they going to get
I just said he's carried 7 times.
I'm trying to believe what you're telling me. He is their offense. Maybe they're outguessing themselves, figuring the Giants think they're going to run Payton, so they're throwing the ball. They're running somebody else.
Houston now leads Cincinnati 13-6. Pastorini hit Billy Johnson with a 17-yard pass, and that is a very important game.
That, yeah.
That's right. Bakken set to kick off. From his 35, hits it high but short. And bounds down at about the 12-yard line. Picked up there back to the 15, to the 20, to the 22-yard line on the return. Ken Stone coming down along with Bob Giblin on the stop. On the return, it was it 23 or 33? Ragsdale, I believe. Was it not? Ragsdale on the return out to the 21-yard line. First down now for Tampa Bay with 47 seconds to play. In this first half, Tampa Bay leading by 14-7 count. Backs offset to the left. Up, gives up the middle. Big Ed Williams gets to about the 23 for a gain of a couple, and no more than that. Tim Carney, the middle linebacker. Charlie Davis, the nose tackle, in on the stop along with Ron Jankowski and Eric Williams, one of the other linebackers. Second down, and about 8 yards to go for Tampa Bay on their own 23. The clock counting down to 25 seconds to play in this first half.
Well, whatever happens, the Buccaneer fans have a party planned after this game. Maybe they're going to celebrate seeing their first touchdown in 22 consecutive quarters here.
They stop now. They let the clock run down to 10 seconds to go. They're not going to run another play before this first half is over, as both sides starts to wonder. And that's the end of the first half here in Tampa. With the score, Tampa Bay 14, the Cardinals 7.
Why go through another winter without an Intertherm? For years now, you've heard us talk about the revolutionary Intertherm portable electric heater. Hillbean has sold thousands of Intertherms right here in our area. Now, the Intertherm heater operates on a thermostatic control. You set the heater for your comfort range. The permanently sealed water antifreeze solution is warmed to produce a healthful heat that does not dry out the air. The unit never needs to be refilled, and the Intertherm heater is perfectly safe from fire. A youngster can even stuff it with tissue without fear of a fire. And the unit comes in 3 popular sizes, depending on the size of your room. Simply remove it from the carton and plug it in. Use it in any room in your house, including the nursery. They're perfectly safe. Now, all Hillbean stores have a good stock of Intertherms right now. Stop by and let one of the friendly Hillbean salespeople show you why the Intertherm portable baseboard heater is the best heating value around today. You won't believe how toasty warm your Intertherm can keep a hard-to-heat room this winter. For over 60 years, Hillbean has been serving the St. Louis metro area. Hillbean, a great name in building materials for the homeowner.
Back at halftime in Tampa Bay, Bill Wilkerson along with Bob Starr. The halftime score, Tampa Bay 14 and the Cardinals 7.
Well, they have Ragsdale back along with Higgins. Bakken gets set to kick off at the Cardinal 35-yard line. We're ready to go with the second half in the sun-drenched Tampa, Florida. Here's the boot by Bakken. Hits it well and toward Ragsdale. He waits and takes it at the 7, cuts back into the middle at the 10 to the 15 to the 20, and bang down at about the 27-yard line. Jeff Severson came flying across from the outside, along with Marv Kellum coming up the middle, and they combined to scissor him and drop him at about the 27. It is first down for Tampa Bay at that spot.
Well, at least Severson showed some spirit that time. He was really excited when he got up. Maybe this thing can be infectious and the rest of the team will get it.
Cardinals stay with their 3-4 setup defensively. Tampa Bay comes out with McKay going wide to the right side. They put Morris Owens in the right slot. High formation behind Gary Huff. Tight end sets on the left. First down call. The give goes to the tailback Carter. Comes to the 29. Falls to the 30 and maybe the 31. As he got close to 4 yards after being hit right about the line of scrimmage, but just kind of squirmed his way to across the 30 and near the 31-yard line. And one of the Cardinal linebackers is slow getting up, and that is Mike Arneson. Arneson shaken up on the play.
Can't tell whether he's holding his left wrist or his left side, but he is bent over in pain right now as Mark was trying to come across on the right side to make the play, and it looks like his left shoulder, which he is holding. He's holding his arm down straight on the left side. Perhaps he got some of the feeling knocked out of a pinched nerve, perhaps. But now
we're going to see Kurt Allerman. Well, the first time as a regular defensive player, the rookie out of Penn State. The ball resting just outside the Tampa Bay 30-yard line. Second down and about 7 yards to go for them. They go with Owens wide right, double tight end set. Nafziger and Jack Novak, the tight ends. High formation behind Huff. Second down and about 7. Huff back to throw a quick out to the right side. Complete to Owens at the 36 and out of bounds. Morris Owens right about the 35, 36-yard line and out of bounds. He was banged over there by Carl Allen. Over to help out was Ken Reeves coming on the play. They'll be shy of a first down by a couple of yards. The ball resting just barely outside the 35-yard line. Third down and about 2. They bring in Jimmy DuBose. He replaces Ed Williams in the backfield for Tampa Bay. He'll run as the fullback. They'll come out split, however. Go with a double tight end. Morris Owens on the right wing. Third down and about 2 yards to go from their 35-yard line for Tampa Bay. Up on the long count, gives to DuBose, comes into the middle, hit right about the 36-yard line, and did not pick up the first down. From this vantage point, he did not. Knifing in was Charlie Davis, Tim Carney, the linebacker. Cracking down on the play was Ron Jankowski, the defensive right end. Let's see where they mark the ball down.
I don't think he got it either, Bob.
It's going to be shy of a first down, and Tampa Bay will be forced to kick it out of there in their opening possession here in the second half as Dave Green comes off the Buccaneer bench. And it'll be Bill Bradley back in single safety. Green's last punt was a terrible punt until it hit the ground. Then it took off like a rocket, bounded over the head of Bradley. Good for 63 yards and sent the Cardinals back all the way to their 9-yard line. Well, they went what? Got it up to around midfield. Yeah. Green stands back at his 22, takes a snap, hits it high, but off to the right side. Bradley comes under it at the 31, gets it, spins off a tackle, gets to the 35, dives to the 36-yard line, and the Cardinals will have pretty good field position from which to open this series of downs. At their own 36, there's an official timeout with the score Tampa Bay 14, the Cardinals 7.
See what's new, see what's new today in a Chevrolet.
What's new today at your Chevy dealer? An exciting new line of 1978 Chevy pickup trucks. Trucks built to stay tough. Choose from a complete line of 6 series, from the half-ton four-wheel drive fleet side to the 1-ton four-wheel drive big dually. Pick the power package you need from a broad selection of 6- and 8-cylinder engines, plus a new GM diesel V8 available on certain models. The 78 Chevy pickups are tough, but not at the expense of passenger comfort and convenience. Easy riding options include air conditioning, power steering and brakes, speed and cruise control, bucket seats, and many more. If pickup trucks are the way you go, go see the new 1978 Chevys at your nearby Chevy dealer.
At Johnny Londoff Chevrolet, 1375 Dunn Road in Florissant. Jim Meagher Chevrolet Oldsmobile, 2171 First Capitol Drive in St. Charles. And Feld Chevrolet, 7700 Manchester Maplewood.
First down, Cardinals on their own 36-yard line after the 33-yard punt by Dave Green, a 5-yard return by Bill Bradley. So they have pretty good field position from which to work, Bill, in this opening series here in the second half.
A lot of Buck fans wearing lines. They really love this football team.
Steve Jones and Wayne Morris stay in there to run as the deuce behind. Jim Hart wide to the left is Gray. Ike Harris wide to the right. Backs offset strong left. First down call to give to Morris up into the middle. Drives it straight ahead. Got a couple of 3 to around the 39-yard line. But no more. Richard Wood, one of the inside linebackers, combining on the stop along with Dave Pear, the nose tackle. They'll mark it about the 39. A gain of about 3. Second down and 7 for the Cardinals. A short 7, as it were. They have to get just beyond their own 45-yard line for the first down. Metcalf shaken up in the first quarter, has not been back in there since. They come out slot right. Steve Jones running along with Wayne Morris. Wide to the right side is Mel Gray. Harris in the slot. Kane tight on the left side. Second down, a little bit less than 7. Give off to Morris. Tries to turn the right. Needs a block. Does it at the 40, 45, 47-yard line and got the first down. And that's the best time that they've had. They got the man sealed off at the corner, Bill, to allow Morris to turn it and cut it up inside, but it was still a wide play that worked for them.
Conrad Dobler was able to clear the line of scrimmage. Mel Gray threw a block. I was watching Tom Banks against Dave Pear, and Tom got a great block on Pear. Pear was not able to move laterally down the line, so the pursuit couldn't get there. Dobler cleared the right corner, and that enabled them to run that play effectively.
First down, Cardinals on their own 46-yard line. Wide to the left side, Mel Gray. Coming to the right side is Icarus. Backs off, set strong right now. Gray splits out some more on the left side as Hart works on first down from his own 46. Gives off to Morris. Runs into a blocker. And gives ground and is dropped at the 44-yard line. He ran into the back of Dan Deerdorf. Had to give ground and couldn't go anywhere. And finally coming in to make the stop on him was Dave Lewis, a linebacker, 6'4", 230, a rookie out of Southern Cal.
And he is
so they lost
else.
a couple.
He was their number 2, and Dave Lewis is some kind of linebacker. The Cardinals really raving about Dave Lewis after looking at the film. These guys have some talent on defense.
2nd and 12 in a passing situation. Wide right, Icarus. Wide to the left side goes Mel Gray. Back split. Morris and Steve Jones. Hart veering over the 3-4. Goes back. Gives on the draw to Steve Jones to the 50. He hit right about the 50 and driven down. He will get right near midfield. And that is all. Picked up about 7 yards on the play, near midfield, before he was driven down. Dave Pear, the nose tackle, getting a piece of it, along with Richard Wood, one of the linebackers. So they're still 3rd down and about 6 yards away from a first down. The ball resting right at the midfield mark.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So Hart electing not to throw on the 3rd and long. Almost popped the draw for the long gainer. Got 7 out of it. Wide to the left is Mel Gray. Into the left slot goes Icarus. Back split behind Hart. Kane is tied on the right side at the 50. 3rd down call. They need 7. Back to throw is Hart. Fires up and complete to Icarus at the 36-yard line for first down. Icarus took it in at the Tampa Bay 36-yard line for the first down.
And again, the Cardinals have yet to run the fly pattern with Gray or Harris. Because that Buccaneer secondary is backing off, those linebackers sometimes dropping in to become down linemen. Those areas are open about 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, and that's where Jim has been going on the slants, the outs, and the hook patterns to his receivers.
Cedric Brown is the man who made the stop on him. On the right wing sets Icarus. Gray wide to the left side. At the 36 of Tampa Bay, I formation behind Hart. Kane is tied on the right side. First down call. Fakes the draw, goes back to throw, fires up and to the left side, intended for Mel Gray, and overthrown in the end zone. Gray got tangled up in the netting down at the beyond the end zone. He steps out of that. And they were going for 6 on the first down call at the 36. Gray had taken the cornerback to the inside and had him in the end zone, had him by a couple of steps, and the ball was out of his reach.
The first fly pattern they have run, that time Mel somehow worked himself into single coverage over there, but Jimmy couldn't get the right angle on him as he broke free at about the 3-yard line, and by that time the ball was already in the air.
2nd down, 10 yards to go for the Cardinals at the Tampa Bay 36-yard line. Icarus to the left side this time, and coming out to the right is Mel Gray. Kane is tied on the left, or on the right side, I should say. The back split. Hart with the 2nd down and 10 facing him here. Goes back to throw, gives on the draw to Morris. Comes inside the 35 to about the 32. A gain of about 4 tough yards, but no more. Hit there by Leroy Selman, the defensive right end. See where they put it down, right around the 32-yard line. It'll be inside the 33. Bringing up 3rd down and still 7 yards to go. They got only 3 yards on the play. 9 minutes, 43 seconds to play 3rd quarter. 14-7 Tampa Bay. Cardinals trying to get on the board and tie it up. Wide to the right comes Mel Gray. Into the right slot goes Icarus. Backs off, set strong right on a 3rd down and 7 at the Tampa Bay 32. Jones shifts over. They're split behind Hart. With the 3rd down call, he goes back to throw and sets some looks, and it is blocked and batted down, and the flag is thrown. And the linebacker, Dave Lewis, got his hands up to knock it down and force the Cardinals into a punting situation more than likely, and a penalty flag down also on the play. And we'll see what it is here. Holding call against the Cardinals.
Great play by the Buccaneers defense as Jim Hart seemingly had enough time to throw. He dropped back and he was looking down the right side of his line, and they had a block on the Buccaneers, but he jumped up and got the hand down.
Holding call is declined, and the Cardinals will be forced to kick it out of there as Dwayne Carroll comes in to do the punting. We'll try to keep it into the field of play and down deep, or kick for the sideline, one of the two. They'll have Danny Reese back in single safety as Tampa Bay will line them up 10 across the front. The line of scrimmage is the 32-yard line of Tampa Bay.
Danny Reese, the team for the Buccaneers.
A A 4th down and about 7. Reese stands at about the 10, expecting Carroll to angle for the sideline or try to kick it high enough and keep it in the field of play. The snap back, and he angles for the near sideline. A low, short kick coming down to around the 1 and taken by Ken Stone at the 1-yard line. Ken Stone coming off the right side, circled back in and down it at the 1, a 31-yard punt. There's an official timeout with a score. Tampa Bay 14, the Cardinals 7.
Cheech-a-check, 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 Jack in the box. Now you're cooking, Jack. Jack in the box. We're really cooking now.
A jumbo jack, a movie jack, a bonus jack.
A super scoop of fries, I have a breakfast jack.
The onion rings, the natural thing, the secret sauce is still the boss.
And now we're really cooking now. The food never stops at
Jack in the box. The food never stops at Jack in the box.
Cheech-a-check, Jack in the box. Now you're cooking, Jack.
At Jack in the Box restaurants, you can get something really different. Our Jack Burrito. It's a golden fried flour tortilla stuffed with tasty beef and spices, melted cheese, and steaming pinto beans. The Jack Burrito. It's delicious.
The food never stops at
Jack in the box. The food never stops at Jack in the box.
Cheech-a-check, Jack in the box. Now you're cooking, Jack. Jack in the box. We're really cooking now.
At the 1-yard line of Tampa, the Buccaneers take over. A chance for the Cardinal defense to get something done now, Bill, if they can, and nail them back here deep and force them to kick out of that particular situation and take it over in pretty good field position.
Running back Coach Willie Brown was screaming down there at the sideline. He's sitting in the booth next to us that nobody touched Ken Stone, and that indeed was the key to the play.
They come out. Gary Huff at quarterback. I formation, double tight end set. Morris Owens wide to the right side. They have Williams as the fullback. Huff back to throw out of the end zone. Has time. Fires up and down the middle for Morris Owens. Complete at the 40, 25, 50, 40, 38. He goes back into the end zone to throw. And Carl Allen just flat got beat again by Morris Owens. It gets him out of a big hole all the way to the Cardinals' 37-yard line.
Well, folks, that shouldn't happen to a good football team. First of all, he was in the end zone 5 yards deep and nobody touched him. Secondly, the free safety was nowhere over there to help Carl Allen. And if Carl Allen didn't do a 4-5-40, the Buccaneers would be leading 20-0 right now.
They're out of the hole. They're at the Cardinal 37. Owens again, wide right, double tight end set. Lewis Carter takes the pitch. The tailback comes to the left side to the 35. They cut him off as he gets to about the 33-yard line. For a gain of 4 on the play, Mark Arneson back in there as the right linebacker, coming across along with Mike Dawson to cut him off.
That was gutsy football on the part of Johnny McKay. It worked for them. His quarterback was 5 yards in the end zone, and nobody had a hand on him.
Pickup of close to 5 on the play. Second down, and we'll call it about 5 to go. Just shy of the Cardinal 32-yard line. Jimmy DeBose comes in replacing Ed Williams as the fullback, and he will run with Carter. Carter will stay as the tailback. DeBose runs as the fullback in the I. Double tight end set again. And Morris Owens wide right. Gary Huff, quick snap, gives to the tailback. Carter up in the middle, runs into his blocking. Got a yard to the 32, maybe a 2-yard. Owens has caught 4 passes today for 139 yards, the longest being a 62-yarder.
And the way they're set up down there, Owens most of the time is going against Carl Allen. Since they're tight on Roger Worley's side, he's only 3 or 4 yards behind his linebacker, not getting that deep coverage. They went to him once deep. He was beaten, but the pass was too long.
They have Higgins in now. Isaac Higgins goes wide to the right. Owens comes wide left. Third down and still about 3, just inside the Cardinal 31. High formation as Huff works on the long count. Back to throw. Flips it out to the right side to Higgins. Has it at the 30. Hit at the 28-yard line. And did not pick up the first down.
That was a great play by Carl Allen. A sensational play as they ran the flanker screen to the right side. There were 2 blockers in front of Hagan, and Carl Allen beat both of them. Now, he's been beaten badly twice this afternoon, but you have to give him credit. There were 2 Buccaneers plus the ball carrier against them, and he got around both of them and made the play. Sensational play by Allen.
It is 4th down and less than a yard to go. They're going to go for it at the Cardinal 28-yard line. And Tampa Bay calls for a timeout to talk it over as Gary Huff comes to the sideline.
I believe Eric Williams was also over in that play, and that was just a super defensive play. Is it going to be, 4th and 1, Bob?
4th and a little bit less than 1. The ball right at the 28-yard line. So we'll take a timeout. There's an official timeout on the score. Tampa Bay 14, Cardinals 7.
We are here at the accounting department of Pettigrew and Small for the final race in the Go Figure It Out Grand Nationals.
I'm all set here.
Right. Accounts payable clerk Frida Fingers Ferguson, all set with her mechanical calculator.
I need another cushion.
That's the surprise finalist, a rookie receivables clerk, Carol Cashmore. They call her the Mathemagician. She's blazed through the prelims with her Victor electronic printing calculator. Ready, girls?
Ready.
And they're off. Look at that. Ferguson has gone right to her famous two-handed punch, but look at the figures. Dead even. Cashmore is running cool, and Ferguson is in trouble.
Oh, no.
She's calling for the supervisor.
I lost my decimal point.
She lost her decimal point. Well, it's all over. Victor's electronic printing calculator handles situations like that automatically. Congratulations, Carol. I see why you're called the Victor Mathemagician.
Thanks. And I'd like to thank the entire office staff, my supervisor, the coffee person,
Fine.
the cushion
Let
lady.
Victor make you a mathemagician.
Let Victor make you a mathemagician. For the dealer nearest you, look in the yellow pages under calculators.
Play back in. They're going for it on fourth at about a yard to go at the Cardinal 28. Back split. Owen starts in motion back to the right side, and the give goes off to no one as Huff goes back to throw and pops it out on the left flat off there to Owen. Owen down to the 15, still on his feet to the 13-yard line. Morris Owen has started back in motion to the right side. Let's check it. There's Jimmy DeBose. Jimmy DeBose, not Morris Owens, who took the play on the pass play. DeBose will go out of there now, and it's first down at the Cardinals' 12-yard line. 35 instead of 85. I told you those numbers were hard to read.
Well, they've done it twice in a row here, and the Cardinals have paid dearly.
They ran play action, then flipped it off to DeBose out of the left flat. Now they have Morris Owens wide right, double tight end set I formation. Ed Williams and Lewis Carter behind Huff. Carter comes in motion out to the left side off the tailback. Give to Williams the fullback. Hit at the 11 and falls to about the 10-yard line. Trying to slant it off to the left side. He was hit first by Tim Kearney, the middle linebacker, one of the inside linebackers, and the Cardinal 3-4 got about a yard and a half shy of the 10-yard line. Jimmy DeBose checks back in now, and he replaces Ed Williams as the fullback for Tampa Bay. This drive started back on their 1-yard line after a fine punt by Dwayne Carroll. And the first thing they did was pop one all the way to the 37-yard line on a long pass to Morris Owens. Second down and about 8 yards to go at the Cardinal 10. High formation, Huff back to throw, looking, quick slant in, and throws it over the head of Morris Owens, who was decked by Tim Kearney, the middle linebacker.
There was nothing wrong with that play. Absolutely nothing wrong with that play. If you're going to play defense, you might as well play aggressive defense. If you're going to let those wide receivers pit-a-pat back there in your secondary without ever putting a glove on them, then you're going to give up 37 and 61-yard pass plays. If he's not going to catch it, you can get a legal hit on him, tag him. That's the only way you're going to stop them from running around virtually unharassed back there.
They come in with John McKay as a wide receiver. Cardinals have brought in their nickel defense. Wide to the right side goes Morris Owens. McKay comes wide to the left side. Novak is the tight end setting on the right. Back split. Third down and about 8 at the Cardinal 10. The give goes to Carter. Sweep to the right side. They've got him hemmed in, but he gets free at the 9 and down to about the 6-yard line. It'll go down to about the 6, shy of a first down. They finally forced him down at the 6 on the far sideline. Bradley coming over on the hit.
Jankowski almost made a super play about 5 yards farther upfield.
So they'll set up for the field goal try of Dave Green. The mark will be at about the 14-yard line. They'll mark it at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 22-yard try, slight angle from right to left for Dave Green. He's a straightaway kind of kicker. McKay holding. All set, snap back, ball down. The kick is up, and it is good. From 22 yards out. Tampa Bay gets 3 more. Starting the drive from their own 1-yard line. The big pass play, getting it down to the 37 of the Cardinals. From there, down to the Cardinals 6. And a 22-yard field goal by Dave Green makes it a 17-7 count right now with 4:17 to play in the third quarter as the Cardinals are down by 10.
That's incredible. 99-yard drive, in effect. Started at their own 1. They let him get out of the hole in the big pass play with the quarterback dropping 5 yards into the end zone. And then on a 4th and 1, they throw the pass again and get it and eventually get 3 more points.
Back in the middle to return the kickoff is Steve Jones, flanked on the left by Wayne Morris, on the right by Bill Bradley. Dave Green getting set to kick off for Tampa Bay from their 35. A 10-point edge for this Tampa Bay Buccaneer outfit with 4 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the third quarter.
I think the Buccaneers have already scored a moral victory if they don't win the football game. But they put 17 points on the board with their offense here, and they hadn't been able to do that all year long, especially at home.
Atlanta leading New Orleans 21-7, third quarter. Chicago and the Giants, third quarter tied 3-3. They're playing in snow up in the Meadowlands. Snow and sleet. And the Bears need a victory up there.
If they don't, the Redskins are in the playoffs.
What a tragedy that would be. Here's Dave Green set to kick off. Hits it high and deep and down the middle, sailing to Bradley, back at the 1. Bradley back to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Bradley spins to the 25, cuts outside to the 30, and gets out of bounds. At the 30-yard line as he tackles out of bounds. Coming out to get him was Larry Mucker, a reserve wide receiver, a rookie out of Arizona State. But the Cardinals will have it on their own 30-yard line to put it in play. Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the Cardinals Football Network.
When it's time to repaint your home, business location, or plant, don't be penny wise and paint foolish. Trust your painting to a professional. Call a member contractor of the Painting and Decorating Foundation.
You're listening to KMOX St. Louis. Central Time is 2 o'clock.
First down, Cardinals on their 30. Wide to the left side goes Mel Gray. Down by 10. Wayne Morris and Steve Jones run offset strong right behind Jim Hart. Kane is tight on the right side. First down from their own 30 as Hart goes back to throw and sets and looks. Pumps one time. Now steps up, fires deep for Ike Harris. Overthrown at the 25-yard line. Or for J.B. Kane. I don't know if anybody had lost coverage on Mel Gray or not. I don't see anybody walking back beside him. Bill?
Nor do I. Jim had made up his mind after he pumped once. Maybe when he pumped the first time, Mel was covered. And then when he came back to the right side, that safety rotated back to this side. At any rate, it probably was single coverage over there. But Jim saw JB coming down the right sideline and tried to hit him. The defensive back had excellent coverage on him. The only hope there was interference, and the Cardinals didn't get that.
Second and 10 from their own 30-yard line with 3:57 to play in this third period. Ike Harris going into the left slot. Mel Gray going wide to the left side. Kane is tight on the right side. Back split. A second down and 10 from their own 30-yard line as Hart again works on the long count. Wheels out and gives off this time to Jones. Comes to the right, 35-40. Jones out to the 45, and out to the 48-yard line goes Steve Jones on the counter back to the right side. Finally dragged down by Leroy Selman, the defensive right end, failing the play. Caught up with Jones after he picked up 18 yards on the play. Out to the Cardinal 48.
And J.V. Kane and Wayne Morris had a stack of Buccaneers at the 30-yard line. They got tremendous blocks as 3 Buccaneers tried to crash into the backfield and were stacked up as though somebody dropped a bomb on the field at the 30-yard line. Great blocking by J.B. Kane and Wayne Morris on that play.
And it's the kind of play also you regret not having a Metcalf in there.
Oh, yeah.
Gone all the way. Slot left, Gray wide left. Harris in the slot, backs offset to the left. First down at the 48, given the draw to Morris. Comes inside the 50 to about the 49. Stacked up by Dave Peer. Peer, the nose tackle along with Counsel Rudolph, the defensive left end. And Dewey Selman, one of the inside linebackers. They'll mark it at the Buccaneer 49-yard line. Gain of about 2.5 yards, not quite at the 49. Second down and still 8 yards to go for the Cardinals in Buccaneer territory. Down by 10, 17-7. Clock running with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play in this third quarter. Slot left again for the Cardinals. Kane is tight on the right side. Backs offset strong left. Second and long. At the Buccaneer 49, give on the draw to Morris again. Spins off a man and dives inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line. Just about broke it. Dave Peer got him by an ankle, tripped him up, and then Richard Wood got him for sure at the 44. It's third down and still about 2.5 yards to go, close to 3 to go for the first down at the Buccaneer 44-yard line.
There's a play the Cardinals don't run, and I wonder why. It's the pass play off that draw action. Because the draw is such an effective play, the fake draw and then the throw, I think, would be highly effective.
Third down and about 2.5 to go. Slot right, backs off that strong right. Kane tight on the left side. Hart gives off to Morris, hit behind the line, gets free, turns it up to the 40, dives to the 39, got the first down. Good second effort by Wayne Morris as he got away from the first hit, gave a little ground, and then turned it up and got it to the 39-yard line and picked up the first down.
And that's where all of that squat lifting pays off for you, because if Wayne Morris did not have tremendous lower body strength, he would have been stopped in the backfield and the Cardinals would be punting instead of continuing on this drive, because it was Wayne Morris and Wayne Morris alone who made that play.
They come in now with a full house, or check it with Jim Otis coming in, and he replaces Steve Jones, who goes out of there. Morris stays in to run as the halfback with Otis at the fullback. Slot left, first down at the 39 of Tampa Bay. Give to Otis, slants it out to the left side, turns it to the sideline, hit at the 36 and driven out of bounds. Mark Cutney coming up from the secondary, got him after a gain of about 3 to the 36-yard line. They strung it out, but still picked up 3 yards on the play to Otis. He did a good job of containing Leroy Selman, the defensive right end, which is absolutely necessary to get Otis to be outside.
In the jargon, they call Leroy Selman a player, and he is every bit of that. This guy is a bona fide All-Pro. He didn't make it this year, but he's going to very shortly.
Slot left formation for the Cardinals. Second down and about 7 to go at the 36 of Tampa Bay. Back split. Gray is wide to the left. Kane is tight on the right. Harris in the left slot. They give to Morris coming back to the right side. Cuts inside the 35. Dives down to around the 31-yard line. Will be shy of the first down by a couple of yards perhaps. Coming up from the secondary on the left corner was Jarris White to make the stop on him. It'll be just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll leave the Cardinals with a third down and about a yard to go or perhaps less. Third and very short, and the quarter has come to an end. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. Tampa Bay 17, the Cardinals 7.
If you know someone whose cookware has gone to pot, this Christmas give her a new set of Miro cookware from True Value hardware stores. Like the 7-piece set of Miro Silverstone cookware for just $22.77. The lightweight, even heating aluminum pans feature a Silverstone interior for no-stick cooking, no scour cleaning. And the vapor seal covers help minimize moisture loss during cooking. The Miro Silverstone cookware set from True Value hardware stores includes a 1 and 2 quart saucepan, each with a matching lid, plus a 5-quart Dutch oven and 10-inch fry pan that share a lid, all for just $22.77. If you know someone whose cookware has gone to pot, this Christmas give her a new set of Miro Silverstone cookware from participating True Value hardware stores.
True Value Hardware is more than just a name. It's a way of doing business that means True Value.
When you've decided to buy a microwave oven, wouldn't it be nice if there was an easy way to be sure you're getting the right one? There is. See a demonstration of the fabulous Amana Touchmatic radar range. First microwave oven with a memory. Remembering how long to defrost, how long to cook, and now's the time to buy because they're celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Amana radar range with a special sale on the Amana Touchmatic radar range. Fantastic. See the Amana Touchmatic radar range at Florissant Appliance, 2308 North Highway 140 in Florissant, and Community Appliance, 207 South Main in O'Fallon.
The Giants have taken the lead over the Bears 6-3 with another field goal. That's all they've had in that game up there is field goals.
Can't turn the corner in that snow, and that probably accounts for the fact that Walter Payton hasn't carried for as many yards as we thought he might.
The ball resting just shy of the Tampa Bay 30-yard line. Third down and about a couple of feet to go for the first down for the Cardinals. Otis running with Morris wide to the right side. Belgrade to the left side comes Ike Harris. Kane is tight on the right. Third down call. The give to Otis, dives over the right side, gets it to around the 28-yard line. Apparently picked up the first down. Somebody tried to rip the ball out of there and did successfully. And now a fight breaks out, and I bet you 2 bits it's Counsel Rudolph and probably Conrad Dobler because they didn't get along too well when they were on the same team.
I saw one of the funniest skirmishes you've ever seen in your life with both of them like 2 giant leopards leaping on each other in practice, and you are absolutely right. They didn't care for each other 1 ounce.
So it is a first down for the Cardinals, just shy of the 28-yard line. of the Buccaneers. We're in the fourth and final period. Cardinals down by 10. They come on with a double slot. Now Jones back in, shifts back to run. They go slot left. Gray is wide to the left side. The give goes to Steve Jones, cuts back inside the 25 for the 20, and finally down at the 20. Good running by Steve Jones, hanging onto the ball and getting it down to near and right at the 20-yard line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before he was finally drawn down. Cedric Brown coming up from the secondary. Got a piece of him to help out on the stop. They'll mark it right at the 20 as Jones turned what looked to be a short gainer, Bill, into a long gainer, picked up about 8, and leaves them with a 2nd and 2.
Smart running by Jones as he saw the outside was sealed, so he just simply burst through the off-tackle slant and got the ball down outside the 20.
2nd down and about 2 to go at the Tampa Bay 20. Wide right Harris, wide to the left Mel Gray. Backs off, set strong right. Game is tied on the left side. Jim Hart gives to Morris, comes to the right. Tripped up and spins down to about the 19-yard line. It'll be close to a first down. He was tripped up by David Lewis, the linebacker. Got an ankle on him, tripped him up into the air, but he got inside the 20 to about the 19. They will have a 3rd down, and now really less than a yard to go for the first down.
What a beautiful passing down this would be.
3rd down and about 2 feet to go. Jones carried 4 times, 34 yards so far. Morris 17 times for 64 yards so far this afternoon. 3rd down and about 2 feet to go. Up to the left side comes Mel Gray on the right wing. Sets Ike Harris just outside J.B. Kane. Backs off, set to the left. They need the first down here. They're at the 19 of Tampa Bay. Give off to Morris, hit behind the line, spins off, dives forward, and I think got the first down to about the 18-yard line. Hit at the line, but skipped to the outside, and may have picked up the first down. Let's see as they unpile.
What great second effort again by Wayne Morris. He did it all alone again.
Well, they're going to bring the chains in and see if he indeed did pick up the first down. A Tampa Bay player near the ball, shields it from us. Now they uncover, and we see that he is near the 18-yard line and very close to the first down as they stretch out the chains. And they are about 2-3 inches shy of the first down. Just inches shy of the first down. Near the 18-yard line of Tampa Bay. Some other scores, Green Bay leading San Francisco 16-7, second quarter. Houston out in front of Cincinnati 15-6, 6:05 to go in the third quarter. And the Giants leading Chicago 6-3 in the fourth quarter, 11:39 to play.
Boy, there are going to be some hopes dashed today.
Just shy of the 18-yard line of Tampa Bay, fourth down, and just 2 or 3 inches to go for the first down for the Cardinals. They get the chains back on the sideline. The Buccaneers jam it up. Slot left formation. 4th and inches to go for the first down, and a very necessary one right here. The give goes to Morris, dives in, got the first down, coming right over behind Conrad Dobler and Dan Deerdorf. And a fumble on the fly. Fumbled on the play. Tampa Bay recovered as David Lewis came out of the pile with the ball. And Tampa Bay kills off the drive on the fumble recovery. There's an official timeout, and the score remains Tampa Bay 17 and the Cardinals 7.
I grew up in Alaska. My brother was a bush pilot, and he taught me to fly. Together we built a company, but it's more than delivering letters and supplies. For some of the people who live here, we're a lifeline with the rest of the world. For me, that's what it's all about. It's the reason I'm here. It's why I believe in what I'm doing.
When people believe in what they're doing, it makes life just a little better. At Anheuser-Busch, we believe there's only one way to brew Busch, the natural way, for a light, smooth taste.
Live your own life, believe in what you're doing.
This is my country. It's where I belong.
You're showing the way to a better tomorrow. It's people just like you that make America strong.
Busch, when you believe in what you're doing. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Cardinals fumbling at the 18-yard line of Tampa Bay, giving it back to them after they had driven down there. Had the first down picked up. And they couldn't see the ball pop out from up here, but the official signaled that Tampa Bay had it, and they come out. Lewis Carter running with Ed Williams behind Gary Huff. Morris Owens is wide right. First down call from their own 18. Slips it off to Carter, the tailback. Turns it to the right side. Hit for a loss. Going to be driven down around the 17-yard line. Coming in to make the stop, Ken Reeves coming in from the secondary, along with Mike Dawson, the defensive left end for the Cardinals. If he got back to the line of scrimmage, that would be all, and may have lost a yard. They did. Back to the 17. It'll bring up second down and 11. Tampa Bay's been penalized one time for 5 yards. Cardinals 5 times for 28 yards.
Second time on a fourth down situation, the Cardinals have not converted. Once they were stopped, this time they fumbled.
John McKay goes out wide to the left side. Wide to the right, Morris Owens. Novak is the tight end, setting on the right. High formation behind Huff. Second down and 11. Gives to Williams, the fullback, to the 20, 22, 24, and down he goes at the 24-yard line. Jimmy DeBose it is, not Ed Williams. Jimmy DeBose carrying out to the 24-yard line before he was forced down. It'll leave the Buccaneers at their 24, close to the 25, with a third down and about 4 yards to go, as he picked up close to 7.
11, 15, and counting to go. Cardinals down by 10. They need this football back. This is where the defense has to rise to the occasion. They cannot give up this first down here.
DeBose stays in to run at the fullback along with Lewis Carter, the tailback, in the eye. Wide to the left side is Morris Owens. Higgins is wide to the right side. Huff slips it off to the tailback. Carter, they have him for no gain. He got it back to maybe the 25, and that is all. It'll bring up fourth down and still close to 3 yards to go for the first down. Tim Carney, the middle linebacker, Mike Dawson and Steve Niels all on the stop. Tampa Bay is going to have to kick it out of there. Dave Green comes in to do the punting with 10 minutes and 35 seconds to play and counting down here in the final quarter. 17-10 Tampa Bay, or 17-7 I should say. Tampa Bay. Bill Bradley in single safety. See if the Cardinals try to block or set up the return. Bradley's had a couple of pretty good returns today. Green has had one 63-yard punt. They've got a great roll. He stands back at his 10 to take the snap. Handles the snap, steps in. They set the return up. He hangs it out nice and high for Bradley to return. Takes it back at his 29. Needs help. Cuts to the 30, and that's all he can get. He got a yard return on the punt, as he just could not get inside to make the return at all. Knocked down right at the 29-yard line. Virtually no return. There's an official timeout with the score remaining. Tampa Bay 17 and the Cardinals 7.
This is John Cameron Swayze, reporting to you from the Aerospace Center of the nation, St. Louis. You know the big names in St. Louis Aerospace. You know them all but one, Jefferson Bank and Trust. When it comes to general aviation financing, we're the largest in the Midwest. In 6 years, we've helped $20 million worth of aircraft get off the ground. Jefferson Bank keeps pace with supersonic change every day, and we can help your business keep pace too. If you're in a fast-moving, competitive marketplace, getting your business off the ground takes financial momentum and expertise. We've got it to give. Getting your business off the ground, that's the sort of job Jefferson Bank officers enjoy most. Jefferson Bank and Trust. Market at 23rd. We're big on small business. Yours. Member FDIC.
First down, Cardinals at their 29-yard line. Trailing by 10, 10:04 to go. High formation. Steve Jones and Wayne Morris shift into the offset to the left. Gray is wide right. Fake the give. Quick pop to Icaris at the 40, to the 41, to the 44, 43-yard line. Goes Icaris for first down. A gain of about 12, 13 yards on the play. Cedric Brown made the stop coming out of the secondary for Tampa Bay. Atlanta winning over New Orleans 28-7, a minute 24 left in the third quarter. And Green Bay has beaten San Francisco 16-14. At the 43 of the Cardinals, first down. They need 7 big ones in a hurry, and the ball back after that. Wing on the right is Icaris. Kane is tight on the right. They shift into the eye. Wide to the left is Mel Gray. From their own 43, Hart fakes the give back, steps inside, throws deep up the middle, intended for Mel Gray, and it is intercepted back at the 5-yard line. Going to be blown dead at about the 9-yard line. intercepted by Mike Washington, who was covering on Mel Gray. Back at the 9-yard line of Tampa Bay, the second interception for the Buccaneers this afternoon. Mike Washington taking it away, intended for Mel Gray.
And the way Mel was running, I don't know whether he either saw the ball or didn't expect the ball to be there or whatever. But Jim was under heavy pressure from Leroy Selman, and then he threw the bomb, and Mel Gray simply was not in position. He did not have the inside route whatsoever. The defender had the inside route, and Mel wasn't behind him.
So it's first down, Tampa Bay at their 9. They have Morris Owens wide to the right side, double tight end set with Knapziger on the left side, and Novak on the right. Backs offset strong left. The give goes to Ed Williams, the fullback, fumbles the ball and falls on it back at the 7-yard line. He lost a couple. Ed Williams trying to turn the corner, tried to cut it back inside and lost the ball, had to dive on it, lost 2. It'll be second down and 12 from their own 7-yard line. And Jimmy DeBose comes back into the lineup, replacing Ed Williams at fullback for Tampa Bay.
No break like that is going to come the Cardinals' way. It hasn't so far today.
17-7. Buccaneers lead by 10, 8:45 to play. Morris Owens again wide right, double tight end set. Tailback Carter comes in motion out to the right side, give to DeBose up the middle, hit at the 9, falls to about the 9, got 2 yards, slanting over his own left tackle. Nowhere to go, really. Mike Dawson shut it down. Charlie Davis, the nose tackle, Ron Jankowski and Eric Williams. And now Chicago has taken a lead over the Giants 9-6 in the fourth quarter. The Bears leading the Giants 9-6 in the fourth quarter. Don't know how much time is left.
Well, the defense did it before. They'll have to do it again. 8 minutes and counting. They need this ball back.
Third down and about 9.5 to go. McKay is wide to the left side. Morris Owens wide right. Novak tight on the right side. Huff gives it off to the fullback. Comes into the middle to the 13-yard line, and that's as far as he can go. Jimmy DeBose. They got about 3 to around the 13-yard line, but that'll bring up fourth down and still 6 yards to go. So now Bradley will come in single safety. Dave Green into punt again for Tampa Bay, and the Cardinals should get it back in pretty good field position, as Green will be punting from about his 1 or 2 when he gets it away. He stands a couple of yards deep in the end zone to take the snap. Bradley standing back at the Cardinal 48 to take the punt. Dave Green, 5-year man out of Ohio University. About a yard deep in the end zone. He'll get it away from about the 2. Hard rush, got it away. Flag goes down. Bradley takes it at the 40, and roughing or running into the kicker will be called. And Green did a masterful job of acting on the play. He's still laying on the ground. And the Cardinals, in an effort to block it, make another mistake, run into the kicker, and Tampa Bay will get it back. And they would have had it at the Tampa Bay 40-yard line.
Mistakes, mistakes, mistakes.
6:02 left in that Giant game, with the Bears out in front of the Giants, 9-6. Robin Earl, the big fullback out of Washington, scored on a 5-yard run. So the penalty moves the ball out to the 18-yard line of Tampa Bay, and they maintain possession with 7:10 to play, running into the kicker. Ken Stone is the man who was caught running into the kicker, trying to block it, coming hard from the defensive right side. Wide to the left side, McKay. Wide to the right side, Morris Owens. Novak is tight on the right. I formation behind Gary Huff. Williams back in to run with Lewis Carter. Huff on the long count. Gives to the tailback on the pitch, coming to the right side. Carter trying to turn it out, and is tripped up at about the 11-yard line by Ken Reeves. 16-yard line, I should say, by Ken Reeves. Now a couple of the Tampa Bay people want to get into a bit of a melee, and the officials break that up.
Well, that was a late hit put on Eric Williams, and he didn't like it whatsoever. That was a great play by Kenny Reeves, by the way.
They lose a couple of 3 yards back to the 16-yard line. Call it a loss of about 1.5 yards. Second down. And about 11 to go. They'll mark it at the 17-yard line.
Time is ticking away.
McKay comes wide to the right side. Wide to the left side goes Morris Owens. Novak tight on the left. DeBose in to run at the fullback. The give goes to DeBose. Slants it up the left side of the 25. Hit about the 28-yard line. And side, Jimmy DeBose finally was forced down. Bradley coming up from the free safety spot. Eric Williams was in on the play also. It'll be at the 27.5, and they will have a third down and very, very short yardage to go. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to play in this game, and the Cardinals down by 10. Third down and about a foot to go for the first down for Tampa Bay. They go with a double tight end set, a wing on the right side. Ed Williams back in the run. Huff goes on the quarterback keep and may have picked up the first down as he tried to slide in over his left guard. The officials stopped the clock with 5:28 to play as they unpile down there to see if he did pick up the first down or not. He had only about a foot to go and would appear to have made the first down as they unpiled somewhere around the 28-yard line.
You know, even when the Cardinals get it back inside 5 minutes to play, the way that Tampa Bay secondary has been playing deep is going to be extraordinarily tough to get a quick 6 points against them. They've been giving up the quick slants, but the Cardinals were not content to use that route to get on the board. They were trying to go deep, and they picked off 2 of them.
They bring the chains out for the measurement, and they would appear to have it due by about a half a length of ball. So it's a first down for Tampa Bay. Minutes, 18 seconds to go in the ball game, and they have the football on their own 28-yard line.
Cardinals need a break here. They need a fumble. They need something because you sure don't expect Tampa Bay to put the ball up.
Morris Owens comes out of the Buccaneer huddle, coming out wide to the right side. DeBose stays in to run at the fullback. Double tight end set from their own 28. DeBose, the fullback, hits to the 30, spins off to the left side to about the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. DeBose getting about 3 yards on the play. Tim Carney making the stop. Charlie Davis, the nose tackle, on the stop also. Gain of about 3. Second down and 7. John McKay checks in, and he replaces Dana Knapsinger. The ball just outside the Tampa Bay 31-yard line. Second down and 7. McKay wide to the left side. Morris Owens wide to the right side. Novak is tight on the right. Backs off, set strong left. Gary Huff gives off to DeBose, comes off to the 32, may have fallen to the 33 as he came over the left side. Hit hard. Ron Jankowski getting a piece of him. Charlie Davis also. They'll mark it just outside the 32-yard line, bringing up third down and still 6 yards to go for Tampa Bay as we're down to 3 minutes and 56 seconds to play in this game. And Tampa Bay leading by 10. Wide to the left side, Isaac Higgins, who is in there now. Wide to the right side comes Morris Owens. Back split behind Huff. Third down and 6. Gives off there to Carter, trying to sweep it to the right side. Stringing it out. They have him at the 31. He gets forward to about the 34 and driven down. Shutting it off with Steve Neals, the linebacker, coming out, along with Eric Williams to shut it down, force it back inside. And Ken Reeves and Tim Carney came up. Carney principally coming up and nailing him at about the 34, forcing Tampa Bay to kick it out of there. With 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the game, the clock now stopped as the Cardinals call for a timeout. 3:12 showing on the clock. The Cardinals call for a timeout as they will get it back on a 4th and 4 from the Tampa Bay 34-yard line.
Terry Metcalf has not been in since early in the first quarter. We've got no report on the extent of his injury. But this is where Terry Metcalf is so invaluable to you because he has that go-all-the-way capability. Bradley has reeled off a couple of good returns, but hasn't been able to take it all the way, and they need that right now because they need a quick score, then get the ball back around the 2-minute mark to use that 2-minute timeout because they only have 2 timeouts left now.
Dave Green in to do the punting for Tampa Bay. Bill Bradley in single safety. Ball resting at the 34-yard line of Tampa Bay. Bradley will be back in the sunshine around his 25. 3:12 showing on the clock. 17-7, Tampa Bay by 10. Green takes the snap back at his 20, steps into it, hangs it out short. Bradley lets it hit at the 35, rolling laterally at the 34-yard line near the Cardinal sideline, and they'll get it back. Around their 34-yard line, no return on the punt. As Green did not hit it well, but maybe he hit it the way he wanted to eliminate the possibility of a return. 32-yard punt. Cardinals take over on their 34. There's an official timeout on the score. Tampa Bay 17, the Cardinals 7.
Jack in the box. Now you're cooking and Jack in the box. We're really cooking now.
A jungle jack, a movie jack, a bonus jack.
A super scuba fries, I have a breakfast jack.
The onion rings, the natural thing, the secret sauce is still the boss.
And now we're really cooking now.
The food never stops at Jack in the Box. The food never stops at Jack in the Box.
Jack in the box. Now you're cooking, Jack.
At some restaurants, a hamburger is the beginning and the end. At Jack in the Box restaurants, it's only the beginning. We've got everything from real onion rings to super tacos. When we tell you we're really cooking, we're really cooking.
The food never stops at Jack in the Box. The food never stops at Jack in the Box.
Jack in the box. Now you're cooking, Jack. Jack in the box. We're really cooking now.
Cardinals taking over on their own 34-yard line. 3 minutes to play in the game. They're down by 10. Otis goes out of the lineup now. Steve Jones has come in to replace him. It'll be Jones running with Wayne Morris. Nope, Jerry Latin running with Steve Jones. They split behind Hart, slot left formation. First down from their own 34. Hart back to throw. Steps in, swings out on the screen to Latin. Fumble the ball. Better get on it, Jerry, at about the 38-yard line. They say that is an incomplete pass. Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the Cardinals Football Network.
Stay with us following Cardinal football as KMOX Radio, the sports voice of St. Louis, brings you the game between Baltimore and New England at approximately 3 o'clock. Central Time now, 2:31.
2nd and 10 from their own 34. Mel Gray going out wide right. Ike Harris comes to the left side. Kane is tight on the right side. Back split. Latin running with Jones. A 2nd down and 10 situation as Hart goes back to throw. He sets and looks and fires up and over the middle to Jones. Has it at the 45, down to the 48-yard line. Goes Steve Jones, spinning off a first tackle by Mark Cutney, and finally got it down to about the 48-yard line. David Lewis got him. The big linebacker came back to help out on the play. Cardinals go without a huddle. 2 minutes and 35 seconds to play. The clock stopped for the moment as they get the lineups in there. The Tampa Bay people very slowly getting back on defense. Pear and Counsel Rudolph. First down, back to throw again as Hart. Wings it out to the right side to Jones. Hit and lost the back to the 44-yard line on the screen. David Lewis, the big linebacker, coming out and covering on the screen, and they lost 4.
But they stopped the clock. Although they would have preferred to stop the clock on a first down, Jim had to unload that ball because Tampa Bay rushing only 3 down linemen, but they are really coming hard.
It'll be a loss of about 4 yards back to the 44-yard line. Call it 2nd down and close to 14 yards to go for the Cardinals from their own 44. Ike Harris goes wide right. Mel Gray comes out wide to the left side. J.B. Kane sets tight on the left side. Latin and Jones split behind Jim Hart on 2nd down and about 13 and a half from their own 44. Hart goes back to throw and sets and has time and looks and fires deep and over to the left side of Mel Gray, and it's broken up at the 40-yard line. Coming in to break it up was Mike Cutney. He just got a hand on it in front of Mel Gray at about the 28.
That was a great defensive play. I thought for sure Mel would have that one. He got in just at the last moment. Mel would have had a first down and would have been out of bounds.
3rd down and about 13 and a half to go for the Cardinals from their own 44-yard line. The clock stopped now with 2:20 to play in the game. Tampa Bay leading 17-7. And they appear at this moment be on their way to their 2nd consecutive win and their 2nd win in 2 years. Slot left, back split. Kane tight on the right. 3rd and about 13 and a half as Hart goes back to throw again and sets and looks and fires up and out to the left to Gray, who has it at the 38 of Tampa Bay and has it for the first down. The clock continues to run. Coming down to the 2-minute mark with 2:07, 2:06. Down to the 38-yard line, a first down for the Cardinals. Down to 2:01 and the 2-minute warning. There's an official timeout with a score. Tampa Bay 17, the Cardinals 7.
Tonight's episode of Cultural Countdown features Mr. Lee Ho Choi, who claims his skill with the ancient Chinese abacus qualifies him as a mathematician. Good evening, Mr. Choi.
Ni hao.
Mr. Choi says, hi there, good buddy.
Mr. Choi, that's a very unusual abacus. I don't see any funny little racks of beads at all, Mr. Choi.
Mr. Choi says it isn't. This is a Victor electronic printing calculator. Dummy.
I see. But we were expecting a demonstration of the lightning speed of the authentic abacus.
Mr. Choi says, does an abacus have Victor's accumulating memory? Does an abacus have Victor's variable decimal selection or color-coded scientifically sequenced keyboard? That's what makes an authentic mathematician.
Well, your Victor is certainly an impressive calculator, Mr. Choi, but we were expecting a true taste of Chinese heritage.
Mr. Choi says maybe we could order in some egg roll?
Let Victor make you a mathematician.
Call your Victor representative now for a free demonstration.
First down, Cardinals at the Tampa Bay 38-yard line with 2 minutes to play in this game, and they're down by 10.
What a fourth quarter this has been. Cardinals had a 4th and 1 at the Tampa 19. Morris fumbled. Tampa recovered. At 7:10 to go, the Bucs stalled. They punted, but the Cardinals ran into the kicker, so the Bucs got the ball back again. And now the Cardinals with 2 minutes to play. 1st and 10 at the Bucs 38. 2 timeouts left.
At the 38-yard line, Mike Harris wide left. Wide to the right, Melgrave. Back split. Kane tight on the right. First down call for Jim Hart. Goes back to throw it. Sets and looks and fires and up over the middle, complete to Ike Harris, down to the 15-yard line, driving down to the 10, down to the 8-yard line, goes Ike Harris, carrying tacklers with him. Finally was horsed down by Cedric Brown, who came in to finally get him down along with the help of Mike Washington. It's down to the 9-yard line of Tampa Bay. They'll mark it at the 9, 1st and goal to go for the Cardinals with 1:45 to play in this ball game.
They've apparently called a timeout.
Their timeout marker on the clock does not show, and that if they did, that would leave them with 1 following this, Bill, to my scoring.
And even if they score, Tampa Bay will have, a minute or so to kill, and the Cardinals have only 1 opportunity to kill that clock.
1st and goal for the Cardinals at the Tampa Bay 9-yard line. They have scored on a 61-yard pass play here this afternoon. They had a 63-yard drive to open the scoring. Then Owens on a 61-yard pass play. The Cardinals got on a 3-yard touchdown run by Morris, and then Green hit a 23-yard field goal. So that has been the scoring here this afternoon. 1st and goal at the 9 of Tampa Bay. Cardinals come out Ike Harris wide right. Mel Gray to the left side. J.B. Kane is tight on the left side. Backs offset now. They split as Jones shifts over to the right. At the 9, the first down call. Back to throw is Hart on the first down. Looking, swings out to the left to Morris. Broken it. And almost intercepted off his hands. And it was almost picked off by Cecil Johnson, one of the linebackers, a rookie out of Pittsburgh. It'll be 2nd and goal at the Tampa Bay 9, 1:40 to play. Clock stopped.
Now, when you're playing good fundamental football, if that ball goes off your hands, you better make an effort to recover it, because you don't know whether it's going to be ruled a lateral pass or not. And Jerry Ladden took a very cavalier attitude about that, and he almost cavaliered it right into the Buccaneers' hands.
At the Tampa Bay 9, Hart bends into the huddle. 1:40 to play, clock stopped. Cardinals come out over the ball. Keith Wortman has been playing for some time as the offensive right guard in place of Dobler. Back to throw is Hart. Looking, flags go down. Fires in, touchdown to Ike Harris, but it may not count. Ike Harris caught it about a yard into the end zone for the touchdown, but it may not count. A flag down at the point of the snap. Illegal procedure, Cardinals. Score. It'll move the ball back to the 14-yard line and bring up 2nd down and goal at the Tampa Bay 14 with 1:34 left to play.
Mistakes.
Roger Finney was moving ahead of the snap. Cost the Cardinals a touchdown with 1:34 to play in this game. It is 2nd and goal at the Tampa Bay 14. Ike Harris wide right. Mel Gray comes out to the left side. J.B. Kane tight on the left. Back split behind Hart. On the 2nd and goal from the Tampa Bay 14, Hart back to throw again. Sets and looks, fires up and way out of the reach of everybody. Incomplete pass makes it 3rd and goal at the Tampa Bay 14. A minute 28 seconds to play in the game.
This means that the Cardinals are going to have to try an onside kick if they do get the touchdown.
They have 2 downs in which to get into the end zone. And then the onside kick possibility and the hope of getting it back. Hart brings him out wide to the right side. Ike Harris wide to the left side. Comes Mel Gray. J.B. Kane tight on the left side. The backs are split behind Hart. At the 14 of Tampa Bay, 3rd and goal to go. Back to throw is Hart again. He sets and he fires over the middle, complete there to Latin. 5, down to the 3, 2, fumbles the ball into the end zone. And Tampa Bay recovers in the end zone, and they will take over at the 20 as Latin fumbled it at about the 2, and it went right into the end zone, and Tampa Bay got it back. And there's your ball game. 17-7, 1:17 to play. As Tampa Bay gets it on their own 20-yard line.
Well, mistakes has been the name of this game. Cardinals in the first quarter had a pass interception, a couple of offsides, clipping penalties. They fumbled on a 4th and 1. They propped it up a couple of other times. That is the ball game.
Huff brings them out. Cardinals have 1 timeout left. Double tight end set. Huff gives it to Lewis Carter. Comes into the middle and bowls his way out to about the 26-yard line for a gain of 6. Clock continues to run down to 1:05 to play and continuing to run. They picked up about 6 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down. I will call it 5, and a 2nd down and 5 situation. Inside a minute to go. Down to 50 seconds to play. Tampa Bay taking their time coming out of the huddle as they are about to win their 2nd game of the year, their 2nd in a row, and their 2nd in 2 years in the National Football League. Morris Owens wide right, McKay wide to the left side, down to 30 seconds to play. Long count, Huff gives to the fullback Jimmy DeBose, hits to the 27. That is as far as he can go as he comes over the left side. Cardinals call for a timeout, stopping the clock with 19 seconds to play.
Well, this season is over for the football Cardinals. Let me see if I can give this season some kind of perspective.
Their season was over last Monday, Bill.
Yes, that's quite true. In a word, it has been a disaster. They started off slowly, they caught fire in the middle and fell apart at the end. And this will be the longest winter of Don Coryell's existence. Whether he ever comes back here or not, that is a moot point. But the point to be considered is that they had a chance to win the playoffs, didn't do that. They had a chance to have a winning season, they couldn't do that. So where do you go from here?
3rd down and about 4 yards to go for Tampa Bay on their own 26-yard line with 19 seconds to play. They come out with Morris Owens wide to the right side. Double tight end set. Perhaps the last play of the ball game. Huff takes it, gives off to Lewis Carter, hit behind the line, spins back to the line of scrimmage, got it to the 27. There are no more timeouts left for the Cardinals. The clock counts down, 10 seconds to go, and that is going to be all. As Tampa Bay has knocked off the Cardinals and leaves them with a 7-7, 500 record. That's the end of the ball game. And we'll be back to recap this afternoon's action here in Tampa, where the final score was Tampa Bay 17, the Cardinals 7.
Today's episode is brought to you by ThisDayInTheNFL.com. Celebrating football's greatest moments, one day at a time. Listen to classic broadcasts, explore historic games, and keep the legacy of the NFL alive at ThisDayInTheNFL.com.